Okay, everyone. Has anyone got any questions before we start? Or should be okay.
Just press push to talk to shake my head.
Okay, it's going well. Well. So, last time you Iona stayed with the horses, singing like gentle nursery rhymes to them and stuff, and everyone else followed the trail. You found a dead horse, and you followed the trail of the what you thought were like drag marks of feet, possibly, and you followed them through the forest, and you found a goblin ambush, which didn't work very well. You made short work of them in your first sort of battle, and you decided to come back to the fire, to where you'd set up camp with Iona, drop off the things that you'd picked up. So you stripped them of some of the leather armor. You got a couple of extra scimitars that you might be able to sell, and you came back. You can leave those in the cart if you'd like, rather than carrying them around with you. And you have rested well. You have slept. So I'm just going to put now. Let's see if we can hear the music.
Can I roll to regen hit points, seeing as I was the only one that took damage last game?
Well, I was going to. That's you won't have.
Oh, music is a bit loud.
Okay, I'm turning it down.
Yeah.
Quick question. Which one's my D10? Is it this one?
It's the D10 is the one with the one that has a 10 on it.
I can't see it.
The
Yeah, from 0 to 9.
It's the same shape as the one with like the 2 numbers on it, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
The D10.
This kind.
I see 12. I see 26.
I see dead people. I mean, I appear to.
8.
I've got the
10. Oh,
D8.
got it.
Yeah.
This is 12. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Carry on.
So you should be able to just hear the. I'm just
time.
making sure that. Yeah.
Flame.
Yeah, it's kind of.
It looks
1, 2,
like
3,
with
4.
triangles.
Yeah, it's got five little triangles on the top and 5 little triangles on the bottom. 10 sides, I guess. You should be able to hear the background music, just very sort of gently.
It doesn't
just
actually have a number 10 on it though.
ah.
A bit lower. Maybe just.
0, isn't it? That's because they'll double as percentage dice.
0. Oh, okay, so the 0
So if you roll it with the other one that looks similar, like we've got one with 20, 30, 40, 50 in
Yeah.
there. You roll it together and it comes out as a percentage, but 0 is 10 on the 1-digit one.
Okay, cool. Sorry, thank you.
No, that's cool. We're all learning this.
Is my audio quality okay? Because Ash is convinced it's coming from my webcam, but I think he's wrong.
I think
Your audio quality is
Fine.
good.
yeah.
It doesn't
We
sound.
can hear you.
See.
Maybe just sing a little bit, so.
Oh, it'll
You know,
happen.
I can't be in the wrong. I'm a privileged white male.
Yeah, I was going to say white privilege
You
all the way.
bloody Turkish delight, you twat.
Fine.
Darling.
Language.
Oh, are we doing not like? Is it being streamed or?
No, God, no, it's not being streamed. It's absolutely fine. But so you've rested. So if you lost any hit points, they come back because you've had a long rest overnight. So Rowan, I think you were the only one that actually took any damage, and it was because you got kicked by a horse. So yeah, it was a good start. Basically, so you've followed the goblins, the goblin trail, killed the goblins, and decided that instead of kind of making your way back through, you decided to come back to the camp. Sensible plan. And you've rested, and then so I'm assuming at this point you're going to be setting off and kind of carrying on through the path that you were. Is that what you want to do?
I would like to. Just before that, I would with the things, with the stuff I got from the goblin, like it was a wooden shield,
Yeah.
scimitar, and leather armor. I'm checking if Iona needs any or would like to have any of them, as I'm
Yeah.
not gonna use them.
Yep, so Iona, you currently have a rapier, which gives you as a melee attack 1d8 plus 3. There are some a scimitar, but that will only do 1d6 slashing damage, so it isn't as good as what you currently have. So I don't know whether you want to take it or whether you want to leave it.
I'll stick with my rapier, please.
Cool. Well,
Okay, there's also a wooden shield, which I don't know.
I'm just
Oh.
the shield, I can never remember this, I'm afraid. Shields. A shield made from wood or metal is carried in one hand. Wielding a shield will increase your armor class by 2. So, anybody who, if you picked up a wooden shield and you currently use a one-handed weapon, which most of you do have a one-handed weapon, the only problem will be that if you use a ranged weapon, you'll have to obviously drop your shield because you'll need both hands to use ranged. But if you would like to, if any of you have a shield and would like to take that with you, you can add 2 to your armor class. Anybody? Any takers?
If no one else wants it, I'll take it, but I mean, if I'm going to be using a crossbow and there are more close range people, then I mean, I guess other than Ash, I'm the other close range person because everyone else is like a mage or a druid or...
Why would a druid be close range?
That's what I'm saying, they're not. I'm assuming.
You
I
just
mean...
said Ash, a druid, would be at the front.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Rowan Manning!
Well, I guess, Liz, sorry, just a moment. If I use the wooden shield, would it affect like the spell casting?
It shouldn't. It shouldn't do.
Okay.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't do.
Then maybe if in fact I may get it as I have a 12 armor class, which is pretty shitty.
Yeah, I was going to say the person who's got
That's
the
like
you've not.
I was
going to say. I would say that because you've got a short sword, stabby weapon, and you can always sling your kind of carry it on your back, and just pull it up when somebody attacks you. So you can very happily add 2 to your armor class. If you use spells, the thing is that you can't. You have to. You can probably use shield spells, but you can't have you can't use metal armor. You can only use sort of leather and wood and so on. For some reason, it affects your spellcasting ability. Yay, Dungeons and Dragons! So find any way you can to sort of up yourself slightly. But I would personally think that Aramil is the person who would need it the most. You are the most squishy.
I'm sorry because I'm looking for my pencil and I can't find it.
Can you guys hear me now?
Pardon?
Okay.
Yes.
I turned my sensitivity really, really far down because I had people walking upstairs and I knew you guys could hear it. But then I started talking and you guys couldn't hear me.
Ah, we can hear you now.
Glad to have you back.
Ooh. Right. So.
Yeah, you just got possessed.
I know you got all you went all.
Possessed, like,
Okay, I think we are kind of ready. So.
Okay. Well, I had a I had a leather armor also, which I guess
you're already
also handy.
Hold on. I'm just looking at your. I'm trying to drink tea at the same time, so don't, do forgive me. Ooh, you're currently wearing common clothes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's light. It's light armor, leather. But your armor class is already slightly better than if you were wearing it. You must have sort of natural.
Okay. Perfect.
So you may as well not. And also, it's goblin. It's going to be pretty small. It might be a bit tight.
Oh yeah.
Goblins are
maybe
only
like
goblins
a
are only
meter,
small.
like 3 feet,
Yeah.
like 3 feet less or something like that. Yeah. Maybe.
You're fine with what you've got, I think. So
Would cover me like from here.
yeah, I was going to say you'd be like, okay. Let us start then. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to.
Bikini
I'm just
armor.
moving all of the stuff. You may as well just leave things in the in the cart. It's fine.
Yeah. Leave it.
So, what are you wanting to carry on trying to find where Silda and Gundren have been taken?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, then what I'm going to do is, for the sake of brevity and not sort of faffing around with you, like, walking through, you have slept, you have rested well, and you decide that to follow the path. Because you've got Calla with you, and she's a wood elf, and she's a ranger, and she has a natural ability to actually always kind of, once she's been somewhere, she will always be able to find her way again. So sort of leading the group, Calla remembers exactly where to go and leads you through. You don't come across any problems going back the way that you came, so you follow the path to the west, and you follow it through the slightly open clearing where the trees have been cut down. You thought that it was possibly to make temporary shelters and so on. It didn't look like it had happened anytime soon. And you follow the path through, and you end up coming to. Just double checking that this is right. Yes, here we go. You end up here. Can you all see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay. Nice.
you've followed the trail, and you have you come across what appears to be a large cave mouth. So you can see that there's sort of like almost like a cliff edge, and running through into like from inside this kind of is a shallow stream running through, and there's also dense thickets of bush sort of all around, and there is a sort of a narrow dry path that's leading into the cave on the right hand side of the stream. So what would you like to do?
Do I hear anyone? Well, does anyone who can hear really well hear anyone around? Any sounds coming from the cave specifically?
If you could do a perception check, please.
Maybe Calla.
One.
A natural. You got
Okay,
a.
I
yeah.
become blind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Trying to hear and you become blind.
It's
Iona.
like in Skyrim, an arrow. It must be the wind.
Iona,
Okay.
you try and listen, but all you can hear is sort of the stream and the birds. You're finding it sort of hard to really you're finding it a bit hard to pay attention, because in your head, you're just sort of like, you're still sort of humming tunes and sort of singing. You're not really sort of.
Accurate.
I think you're sort of on the day. You're on the day after a bit of a hangover as well. I think you had a few drinks whilst you were waiting at the camp for them, and you're just feeling a little bit less than great. So no, you hear absolutely sod all. So what would you like?
Excellent.
To do?
Can I just ask, are the trails that we were following, do they lead into the cave?
Yes. So this sort of the trails that you were leading, the trails that you were following. So with the sort of the drag marks and so on, they've sort of trailed off a little bit, but that's only because the path has become a very sort of like a dry rubble path that's near the stream. So there appears to be less in the way of tracks, but this is definitely where everything was leading.
So then can I try and see if there's anything in the stream, anything at the opening of the cave, anything in the thickets that might tell me more about, how far deep in they've gone or whatever?
Yeah. Okay. So if you'd like to sort of move up slightly, you can move up sort of slowly, and at the same time you can do an investigation check. What would you like to investigate?
Let's start with the stream.
Okay, so if you do an investigation, roll for me, please, and give me your investigation score.
That's
Nice.
a 4.
It's a 4. It's wet.
Yeah.
And it's
Ash is gesturing inappropriately to the wizard. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Great.
definitely wet and water.
I see Calla is looking like a bit lost, so I go where she is and try to
Yep.
try
Anyone?
to check if I can also. So I guess I'll get run here and try to do also.
Yeah. So what are you trying to find out? What are you actually investigating? Are you investigating the river? Are you investigating the thickets? Are you trying to listen, or are you trying to investigate? What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to investigate if there's something like. I mean, what kind of clues we can get? So how have they gone? When? If they gone recently? If there's still like all those trails?
Yeah. Okay. So roll an investigation.
There.
Roll an investigation check.
Okay.
Would anyone, whilst this is happening, would anyone like to try and
It's
be
11.
Okay. Would anyone like to maybe do anything else? Would anyone like to do any kind of perception? Yep, Shadow.
Can I see if I hear anything or see anything or have a lack of hearing anything, like with the birds and such?
Yep, that's fine. So if you do a perception check for me, and you got 11, Aramil, yes?
Yep.
So at the moment you can tell there's it looks like there have some of the thickets have been cut down and have been sort of they've obviously been used for something, but it looks like there has definitely been activity around the mouth of the cave, around the bushes and so on. There appears to have been some sort of things of moving. Again, you can't really tell anything about how quick, how long it has been since the goblins possibly came this way, because unfortunately the path is dry, so there isn't really. There's no real signs apart from the fact that there's been bushes cut down and moved around. There's no real signs of sort of anything that you can actually sort of really see or tell. You just sort of know that it's sort of heading in that direction, and there's wet water. It's quite wet water. It's quite shallow though, so you could wade. You know, it's easier to wade through as well. What did you get for your perception?
16.
16. As you move along the path, as you move sort of along the river path, you can hear the sounds of kind of talking coming from the east side of the stream. It's quite quiet and muffled, but you can definitely hear something.
Like over up in like the overgrowth, or like it's whatever
the sound is that's coming from the east. So coming from the east side of the river. It appears to be muffled by a lot of the sort of the thickets that you can see around. So you can't see anything, but you can definitely hear that kind of that mumbling. You can definitely hear something, but nobody else appears to have heard anything.
Can we tell what language it's in, or is it just speech?
Well, it's only at the moment it's only Shadow that has obviously heard anything, so
right.
She'll have to sort of tell you guys, like she wants to tell you guys what she's heard or whatever. But you guys are just you're all kind of just pottering around trying to like spot fish in the stream and stuff. But
really
getting
quickly,
your
like, try and
bearings.
shush everybody.
Yeah.
To get them to not be like super loud. Like there's people over there.
I turn to the group
Right.
and I whisper, maybe we should go in stealthily, try and keep a low profile.
Like it. So
I look suspiciously at Rowan.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Can I show Leaves in armor
Stay there.
pardon?
Stay just be. Don't move. Just don't move a muscle.
Don't.
Can do.
Shh.
Can I
Okay.
shove Leaves in his armor again?
Hey, you can try. Go. You can try again. Roll if you. It depends. You rolled a natural 20 last time, which is why it worked so well.
I have and shove him in his armor instead.
Pardon?
The leather scraps that I have.
Yeah.
Can I shove those as an armor?
You can.
So-
You can certainly try. So do a. Ooh.
less apt to.
I think it was
refuse
last
because
time.
they're
Oh,
clean.
last time. Sleight of hand check, please.
Oh. Joy. I got a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're trying to kind of to wedge this armor in, but unfortunately you can't tear it, and you're just kind of making a little bit more noise than than you would have hoped at this point, because Rowan just keeps on moving around and his armor's being clanky, and you're like, stop, calm down.
Alright,
You
just
take a
stop.
piece of
Yeah.
leather and
Never mind.
like
I'm sorry I even tried.
rub, you know.
So, you have decided that you're going to want to move stealthily. So, if you could all please do a stealth check for me and tell me what you get. Rowan at disadvantage, please, because of your clanky armor.
2 15s.
Okay, 15 is not. That's fine. Okay. Everyone
I
else?
get
1.
Wow. Okay. Everyone.
I'm at 12.
So would I
You're
just
so
kind of go and
singing, you're so
like a
singing
dun
loud.
dun 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 dun.
You're basically totally. Yeah. I was going to say.
Slip and fall on your face.
Yeah. So, what did you get? What did everyone else roll?
17.
17 from Ash, 10 from Aramil, Calla,
12.
12. Okay. Bizarrely enough, the most stealthy of you at this point is actually Rowan, who somehow, as he's like wading across the stream, just appears to be like carving this like it's almost like dulling the sound of his armor. The rest of you are a bit splashy. Unfortunately, Iona is just singing, and she's like kind of like singing,
Jumping in the puddle,
jumping in.
Yep.
The secret to stealth bard is an inner monologue.
At this point, do you want to move closer to where you're going?
Let's do it.
Where are we going?
You're going. I think you're heading over the stream, aren't you?
Over here?
Yeah. So, unfortunately, as you move, woo! Oh, making sure that I'm on the right layer.
Ooh, that.
There we go. You suddenly you get surprise attacked by the goblin who's obviously been listening to what's going on, and there is a goblin. So which is that? The are you, Calla, are you at the front?
Looks like it.
Okay, the goblin is going to make a initial attack roll on you as the first person. It does not hit you though. It's the arrow pings across and it goes wide. So now I want you to all roll initiative, please.
Oh my god.
17. Wait, what do I add to my initiative?
You should, if you got a 17, your initiative.
I got a 15.
That's pretty loud.
What
That's
is
pretty.
Got it. So go on. Right. So, Iona got a 15. Sorry.
Yeah, good.
Right, guys. What did you get? Anyone?
19.
17.
Right. We need this one by one because my brain can't quite can't figure it out. Anyone get over 20? Nobody got over 20. 15 to 20.
Yeah, me.
No, I asked you. Okay, apparently I got 20. Because I asked Ash what I needed to add to it, and he said no.
So,
Yeah, so I got 17 plus 3, which is my initiative, so 20.
excellent. I only got 20. Calla?
19.
Anyone else?
15.
Ash got 15. Anyone got 10 to 15?
11.
Rowan is 11. Aramil?
8.
Oh.
I'm like, I'll sit here just for a moment while you guys go on fight.
Okay, so the goblin has had has taken a shot at you. Iona, you're going to be going first. I think you're feeling quite bad about the fact that the goblins have obviously, like, they've spotted you
Didn't appreciate my lovely musical narration of crossing the stream.
No, unfortunately not. And another one kind of runs out at the same time. Obviously, this is a goblin, sort of like a post, where they are sort of protecting the mouth of the cave for whatever reason, and you have not been the most stealthy. So, Iona, what would you like to do? You're up first.
I think I'm going to. Well, I'm not really close enough to stab him with my rapier, am I?
You've got movement, so you can you can move up to is it 35 feet for, or is it 30 feet for you?
30 feet.
Okay, so you can move forward up to one of them, and you can engage them with your rapier if you so wish.
I think I'll move forward to the one that's closer to the cave.
Okay, go for it.
And
Okay.
just because if they call, then people from the cave might come out. I don't want them to let them. No.
Yep, love it. Go for it.
So
what are you gonna do?
Roll for attack with
Roll
my rapier with a D8.
Yeah, no, it's a D20 plus. Oh, it's a D20.
Oh, yes.
You need to. You haven't necessarily hit it yet.
10 plus 5.
Yep.
15.
Hey.
Hey.
Unfortunately, though.
Oh.
Yep, unfortunately, it just manages to dodge out of the way as you go with the rapier. You're now in close melee combat with this goblin. So you go to stab it, and you nick it. You do actually manage to sort of just like take a little nick out of it, but you don't manage to actually do that much in the way of damage, unfortunately. So, next up, Calla, what would you like to do?
That showed him!
I will move a bit closer, I guess, to the goblin that shot at me, and try and stab him with my sword, I guess.
Okay, go stabby.
So I'm rolling to hit his armor.
Yep.
So that's a natural 1.
Okay. What's your armor class?
15.
Right. Unfortunately, as you go to stab this goblin, it actually manages to step out of the way, and you get caught on the you get sort of trip over one of the briar thickets, and you take a stumble, and you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you fall to the floor and smack your head against the ground. Right, sort of, you've taken a tumble and you've ended up over there trying to go. It went and you stumbled, you fell, and you've taken a point of bludgeoning damage. So that's all going really well. Ash, you're up. What are you going to do?
Please.
Because nobody's doing well so far.
The background sounds a little bit lower because it's hard for me to understand sometimes with all the noise, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, the fighty smashy noise is pretty loud.
It's because for me it's not.
English.
I can hear you guys perfectly fine, but now I can't hear any of the noise. But that's fine.
Oh, now the noise isn't.
Well, that's yeah. There's not much option.
Oh, okay. But I couldn't understand it all what you were saying, so it's just because with all the noise, like I have to try to make
No, it's fine.
an extra effort.
I understand. It's okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Ash, what would you like to do?
I decided to come up to this one over here and attack it so that it doesn't try to attack Calla.
Okay, that sounds good.
With can you not be stuck to each other? Thank you. Or did I write this out? I didn't. Apparently, I didn't write my weapons down on my notes. It's fine.
Okay, I've got your information here. You have a dagger, a scimitar, and a thorn whip.
I'm looking for how much each of them does. I got it. I pulled it up on my phone.
Okay. I've got it here. The dagger is 1d4 plus 3, the scimitar is 1d6 plus 3, and your thorn whip is 1d6.
I'll use the scimitar.
Okay.
And just try to slash at his arm so he can't fire his crossbow.
Good plan, go for it.
And I have the +4 with the scimitar.
You
right?
do indeed.
That's 20.
Yay! You manage to, as you go for it, you've seen Calla take a stumble, and you go and you slash at the goblin's arm. If you would like to, roll for damage.
It's a D6. D6 is a normal dice.
Yes.
Got it. I got it. I know. It's fine. And that's +3. 7.
Hey, so as you go for that goblin, you absolutely you've tried to go for its arm. you also, as you go for its arm, you also manage to cut one of its sort of veins as well, and the blood starts pumping out of it, and it sort of slowly slumps to the floor. You have taken that goblin out in one hit. Well done. It is gone. It is dead.
Hey!
Damn, druid, you scary.
Okay, but now it's the time for the other goblin who has just seen what's happening is going to attack Iona because she's right next to it. But it gets. Hold on. What's your armor class?
Mine is 15.
It just misses. So as it goes to attack you again, you manage to just dodge slightly out of the way and it just misses. So now, Aramil, you are up.
Okay. I'm gonna. Okay. Let's see, because Iona is quite near. So I'll just cast a ray of frost
Okay.
on the goblin. So I guess I need to.
Ray of Frost, yep, so you need to make a
Yeah.
Yeah, so you need to roll because it's a ranged.
Yeah.
It's a ranged spell. So if
Oh, okay. It's 9 plus
5.
5.
Yeah.
Right? It's 14.
Oh, okay. You get it goes wide.
Yeah.
So the goblin is the Iona slightly in the way, and unfortunately, the ray of frost that you sort of send out to it hits the cliff wall behind, and you sort of see the crackling of the sort of the cold sort of hit the side of the cliff. God, sorry. Iona, you're up again. Yeah.
Sorry.
I get.
Miss me.
Push to talk.
Miss me.
Oh no, Rowan. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see because
It's
I'm
fine, don't worry.
tired. Go on.
Don't worry.
You
don't
can.
worry.
What are you gonna do?
Well,
Sorry.
seeing as two of our three strongest range fighters are up nice and close, I'm gonna make a ranged attack with my javelin at the last goblin.
Okay. Roll away.
No, that's a 2.
Okay. The
Doing
javelin.
so well.
The javelin.
2-1 so far.
Iona,
going
Iona
great.
is just.
Yeah, unfortunately, as you go to take a throw of the javelin, unfortunately you stumble slightly. There are lots of like roots and things all over the place from the thicket of bushes, and you basically kind of try to do something quite ostentatious, like. And you actually just basically stick the javelin probably about 3 feet from you into the ground as you trip.
Is it snap or is it slow?
No, it's still fine.
Okay. Okay.
You're still good. So, Iona, you now are up.
I guess I'll try to stab him.
Okie dokie.
Just through the goblin's gender.
Her. She...
It. They. Them.
I rolled an 8. Plus, my 5 is probably not enough.
Yep, no, unfortunately, again,
13.
that is not enough. Again, you try and stab at this goblin, but it's just not working.
Not going well.
The goblin is just kind of managing to. You can understand why this goblin's been sort of posted out here. It's actually quite dexterous.
I think it might just be that we're a bit bad.
Moving
I mean-
around. Calla, you have been knocked prone, so unfortunately all you can do this this round is stand up.
Okay. I'll stand up then.
So Calla can stand up. That's it. I'm afraid. Ash, you've already taken out one of them. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna take my dagger
Yeah.
How do I tell how far away I am from him?
Each of these little squares is 5 feet.
Is 5 feet?
Yeah. So you're only like 7 feet away from him. You're not in perfect great ranged and you're not up close, but you're perfectly
Good enough
fine
range
for
to throw
range.
things at
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I guess I'll take the scimitar again, and it's all bloody from the other one.
Yeah.
Lunge at him and try to get him.
Try and stab him.
Like, scimitars are curved though, aren't they?
Yeah, scimitars are slightly curved.
So stabby wouldn't work very well, but if I slash at him and try to get him across the throat.
It is, yeah, because it is slashing damage. So go, yeah, I love it. Go for it.
Whoop. I got 12.
Okay, the scimitar, still dripping with blood from your previous kill, actually makes it slightly slippy. There's obviously some on the handle as well, and so you lose your grip slightly as you try and slash, and it just slips, and you don't manage to actually even take him. He sort of moves back and dodges out the way. This goblin is a wily little thing. Rowan, you're up.
Okay, cool.
I'm doing it in the right order now.
Yeah, no problem. I'll turn to our wonderful wizard and go, I'll leave the range to you next time. And I'll run up to the goblin.
Excellent.
And I shall give a big swing with my axe.
I love it. Go for it. Please, somebody kill this fucking... 2! Oh my god.
So that's 7.
This goblin must be like, who are these clowns? What's going on?
Oh, you are very, very
Level
lucky
one.
because
Level one.
you're very lucky because the goblin just rolled a natural 1. So even though you have just taken a massive swing at the goblin, and again, you're tripping over the thicket slightly, you're off balance, and you just totally miss him. Luckily though, you do not actually hit either of your party members by you.
Nice.
The goblins, though, is going to take Ooh.
Doesn't Rowan have to roll for damage, or did he do that?
He got a 2 on his d20. I don't.
Yeah.
If he rolls for damage, it'll probably be towards us.
Yeah.
Because the goblin got a natural 1. So
The goblin got. I rolled to see whether there was going to be whether you guys were going to get hit, or whether there was going to be any fallout from just rolling so low. But
yeah.
So now it's the
magic.
it's the goblin's turn, and it is going to take a pot shot at Ash. But you're very, very dexterous as well, so you actually managed to do a proper Matrix style like back bend as it uses its own scimitar and tries to slash at you, and you just go back. The goblin's fairly wily and dexterous, but so are you. So Aramil, you're up next.
Okay, I'm going to cast sleep on him.
Ooh.
So because, like, maybe if he just falls unconscious, he'll become less dexterous.
Okay, so you're using one of your spell slots.
One of my slots. Did I recover with the rest?
Yep, you had all of them back, so you've got 4.
Okay, I don't have a rubber right now, but okay, I'll just I'll try to. Okay, sleep. Right.
Okay.
So I cast the sleep.
Yep, cast sleep. So roll it. I want you to roll a d20 and add 5.
Okay, it's 21.
Okay. Yes, you managed to cast sleep on the goblin. So, if you would like to roll
No, it's 5d8.
5d8.
Okay, let me check. What's it? Oh, okay, here are the d8s. 6, 3. Okay, just a minute. 4,
Okay. Quite a lot.
1, 1.
Okay.
Okay, so it's 6, so 15.
15. You manage to you cast the spell on the goblin, and the goblin falls into kind of like just slumps down, completely unconscious, because he's in like magical sleep, and he's sort of snoring slightly. So, would one of you any of you can sort of take a pot shot at him because he's fast asleep on the floor? And you
Can any of us speak Goblin?
Can any of you speak Goblin?
No.
Oh, Aramil does.
No.
I mean, we could tie him up and ask what's going on in the cave, so we're better prepared.
Does anyone have any rope?
I have 50 foot of hemp rope.
Yeah, we could do. Yeah.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's good
Let's
at
drag him
intimidation?
somewhere maybe a little bit further away.
Ooh,
So if he wakes up and starts to yell, we're not right next to the cave entrance.
Yeah, that's a
We
good
can go,
idea.
round this corner, to the right of us.
Yeah.
Like here.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so you move. So who's going to tie him up?
And should we support each other with this? I think.
Well, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that because he's asleep, you don't need to roll anything. You will absolutely manage to sort of tie him up, and that's not going to be a problem at all. So, he's going to
Who's
be.
good on intimidation?
So
Yeah.
do
Let's see. I have
Probably
+3
Rowan.
charisma.
Probably Rowan has good intimidation.
How would I know how much intimidation I have?
It's in the skills bit next
Yeah,
to.
it's
I've got persuasion, but no intimidation.
I will intimidate.
Okay,
Wait.
so if
Oh joy!
Where's
I
it at?
slap the
Yeah,
goblin
yeah.
away, you can intimidate, and we tell you what to say, you can intimidate him.
yeah. Maybe you intimidate, we interrogate.
Yeah.
Okay. You,
Okay, so who wants to start off with some intimidation?
I will.
Okay,
Rowan.
so go for it. Do you want to roll a d20 for me, please?
19 altogether.
The goblin looks like he's about to shit his pants. He does not. They don't pay him enough for this shit. So, who would?
Apparently don't they pay him at all.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay.
So, would anyone would anyone like to ask any questions? Seeing as he is ready and willing to talk. He's going, don't kill me. I can't do a goblin voice, but he's
That's
just
great.
basically he's like, yeah, I'll tell you whatever you want to know. Just don't kill me. I have a wife and 2 kids. I don't. So, what would you like?
Aww.
The goblin.
So, what would you like to know? What
I-
questions would you
I
like to ask him?
I look tough, I guess, and I ask him, "Your clan, you took a dwarf and a human. I think was it a human? Yeah, a human.
Yeah.
Where do you take them? What are you going to do with them? How do we get to them?"
The goblin, the goblin sort of looks at Calla and just goes, They're all in the cave. Our great leader, Clark, told us to bring the goblin to him and a map. We had to get a map and take it to him. They're all in the cave. They're alive, but they're all in the cave. They've all been taken in there.
Hang on,
Oh
the leader was Clark.
Clark.
Okay.
Clark.
How many of you are there in the cave? How many
Oh well,
more goblins?
there were about 20 of us originally, but I think you killed a few of us, and he looks over and look at the body as well that's sort of bleeding out on the floor, and says, you've hurt some of us, so there aren't as many left in the cave. There used to be 20 of us. Now there are maybe about 8 or 10 of us in the cave now. We were told to make sure that the human didn't wake up.
I want to ask Rowan to do the math, just in case.
So there were 20 goblins, and he says there are 10 left. That means we killed...
Roll for it. He's rolled a 6.
That's a 6. So that means we've killed...
50?
37 legs!
Yay! Excellent. The goblin is just the goblin. You can tell that at the moment he's looking at Rowan. He's thinking, "How the hell did he scare me? I mean, like seriously? Like what?" It's like even I can count better than that. Anybody?
Brutes are better than no brute.
So, is there
how
anything,
exactly
is
do you mean make sure the human doesn't wake up?
we know he fought us. He fought us hard, but we overpowered him because there were a lot of us. But we don't want him to wake up because he's quite strong. So we've tied him up and we keep on knocking him out.
So lots of brain damage. Fun times.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, how do we get to our friends once in the cave? I mean, which is the way?
There are lots of passages, and I don't know where they are at the moment. I think if you go into the cave and you go west, that was where the human was. Please don't hurt me. I don't know anything. I can't help you. I've told you everything. Please just don't kill me.
What, as a group, do we do now? Like, do we let him go or do we kill him?
We tie him to a tree and gag
I
him.
reckon we can knock him out, and
Yeah.
then by the time he wakes up, everyone in the cave will kind of know we're there already.
Yeah,
We can try to.
So-
With my fantastic sneaking skills.
I do agree that we could tie him up, although that would mean that you don't have any rope anymore.
I think we just give him a hit on the head. He'll wake up in a few hours and be right.
Okie dokie, little green man. Time to sleep.
Okay. Who's bopping him at? Who's trying to knock him unconscious?
Yeah, Rowan.
Okay, Rowan. Yep. Roll
He rolled a 10.
roll a strength check for me.
13 altogether.
13. Using the pommel of your axe that you love so very much, you just go up to him, and he's sort of like shakily, like backing away slightly because you're scary and you can't count. And you just take him, and as you say, "Time to sleep, little green man," and you just go boop on his head, and he just slumps to the floor because, you know, he was already still feeling the effect from the spell that Aramil cast. So yeah, he doesn't look like he's going to wake up for a little while, and so you can.
I knew I could hit him.
Yeah. So what are you going to do now? Now you sort of know a little bit more.
Go into the cave
We
stealthily.
should go into the cave.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, we can do it.
Stealthily this time.
So
The
could you?
question is, team, tank or ladies first?
Yep. You need to tell me which
I think
what's your walking order going to be?
I reckon Rowan first, and then me because I'm the other close quarters person because everyone else is ranged.
What's your perception?
Oh yeah. Okay, I guess I'm at the back then.
Yeah, maybe
Be-
as
Yeah, who's got? I
Calla
mean,
has the highest.
My perception is a +3.
Mine's +2.
Mine's +5.
I'm taking the ranger.
and what's yours, Aramil?
+3.
+3.
So-
Also remember, you're about to go into a cave, so you might want to think about light. You might want to think. You might want to think about. Pardon?
I have
No,
fairy
Dark
fire,
needs to go first.
Yeah,
and I have
both Calla and
dark
me
vision.
can have dark vision, right? And you also, Iona?
yeah, I have dark vision.
Okay.
And so the people who don't have, I mean, what are you going to do then? So you might want to think about this before you go in.
What does your light spell do, Iona?
It makes so I've got one that turns dim light into bright light and darkness into dim light, but only in the colours of grey. And I have fairy fire, which each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue, green, or violet light. Any creature in the area is cast also. Basically, that'll allow us, I believe, all of us to see. I hope. I'm not sure. Does fairy fire? Does everyone else see fairy fire, or is it just me?
Move
Well,
there.
I can light the torch in case we can make one with prestidigitation
Okay.
or whatever it's called. But
Have
that
you...
we would be visible then also.
That's
Yeah, if we have
Goblins
light and
have also dark vision.
Should the people with dark vision go first and then kind of lead the others? Kind of
Yeah.
person
Yeah, but
behind,
that-
hand on the one in front, shoulder or something.
That means me and Aramil are going first, which means that
Ah,
we
yeah.
get our
Squishy.
tank first. And yeah, I'm quite squishy.
right. Okay. So a couple of you have dark vision, which means that you're going to be able to at least sort of see slightly. You're going to be able to see slightly better. What are the humans going to do? Are you going to light a torch? Are you just going to walk blindly?
I have an idea.
might try and walk behind somebody with dark vision with like my hand on their back
Okay,
and just keep my feet like picked up so I'm not gonna like trip over anything.
fine. And what was your idea, Calla?
If Aramil gives his torch to Rowan, then Rowan can hold it while like leading us, and then those who can't see as well can like hold on. We can go in like a line of holding shoulders.
Okay,
Oh,
does that sound?
I don't actually have a torch, but
Oh.
I can light one. Well, one of the things is,
I have 10 torches. You can use one of mine.
I mean, you instantaneously light or
You're
snap
all
out
the
a candle, a torch, or a small campfire. I guess we would need a
Just the Girl Scout
torch
of the group.
Yeah, you would.
I
But-
can snap my fingers and light a small fire or torch or candle.
Yeah, right.
Ooh.
This is the same.
all
So who would like one of my
100%.
torches? I have 10.
I just think that it might not be good to go in with torches because they see the fire and be like, why are there people coming in? The people aren't supposed to be coming in.
Okay.
That is logical.
Well-
Unless we do me first, because I've got dark vision, then Rowan, then Ash, then Aramil, then Iona.
I mean,
And we
I've
can
got
still do the
my
shoulder
perceptions plus 2. I have dark vision, but at the same time, like, I'm the second most frontline person.
Yeah, but if someone
And at
attacks
first it's
from the
Ash, there's-
back,
Ah, yeah, that's true.
then
That makes sense. That is clever.
An old Manning saying comes to mind.
No, go on.
What's a human tank in a cave without an elf pushing him from behind in the right direction?
Okay, yeah, or I can just push you in the right direction. Sure.
What if we maybe have torches, and if we do encounter something where we need light, I can go ahead and light them. Do we just have them ready? We just haven't had them lit yet.
Yep.
Okay, so.
Yep.
What order are you going in? And get yourselves lined up, in and sort of by the mouth of the cave, ready to go in, I guess.
I think Ash is at the front. Sorry, Rowan is at the front.
Yeah.
then
I'll
Calla?
go
Calla?
Rowan.
yeah.
I guess
Okay.
and Calla right behind him.
Then I guess Aramil, kind of in the middle of the line,
Yeah.
just to protect.
You mean the squishy middle to our sandwich.
Protect so
Where
he
am
can
I
attack.
at then? Because I need to be behind Aramil so I can
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Iona, could I go ahead and have a torch just in case I need to light it?
Yep. So who's taking one of my torches? So I can. There's an Ash. There's a Rowan. There's a Ash.
Ash.
Anyone else taking a torch?
I've got dark
Rowan and
vision.
Ash. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I now have 8 torches.
Okay. So you stand.
I like how many torches you thought you needed.
You are very.
I was so keen. I was so keen.
Yeah.
I was like, gonna leave this tavern. I'm gonna go on an adventure. Need 50-foot of rope, 10 torches, 10 days rations. You know. just
Oh,
kinda-
you're absolutely. You are basically the Girl Scout of the group. Unfortunately, you're also
I
a little bit of a ditz. Seems to sort of
How can you tell?
randomly be singing. So, if you would like, are you going to the mouth of the? Are you going to sort of stand in the mouth of the cave?
Yeah.
Okay. Rowan, do you have you don't have dark vision, do you?
No.
Okay.
I think Calla's aiming him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna like push him in the right direction.
Fine. So
Steer the warrior.
Yeah.
So you
This is
stand.
the ratatouille of the group.
Yeah.
So you're standing. So you're standing sort of at the mouth of the cave, and there is a little bit more light here, obviously, because there's the light coming in from outside. But there is. I'm just going to.
Oh.
Is that too loud? Is that okay?
That's perfect.
That's fine.
Right. So, you stand at the mouth of the cave, and all the sort of the other sounds of the birds and everything that you've previously had behind you, just there's no set apart from the running of this stream through the cave. So, you can hear the sort of trickling of water, and you're not quite sure what else is going on. So would anybody like to do a perception check? The person who's possibly, which one?
I've got it.
Brilliant. Go for it.
Also, did we mention that we're being stealthy?
Oh, you did not mention that you were being stealthy.
We're being stealthy.
We're being very, very stealthy.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
super
all
stealthy.
need to do a stealth check for me then,
I'm gonna
please.
stealth really hard.
Oh my
Um,
god.
7 plus.
That does not sound
Oh,
good.
fuck.
Oh wait, I've got
That
5
sounds-
stealth. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I rolled
wait.
I rolled a 2, but
9.
7.
Okay, that's fine. So 9, 7, 12.
I just want to say,
Yeah.
Rowan not understanding his own volume at a 4, turns around to Calla and goes, "I envy you, half elf. You'll get to see the fear in their eyes." They're bum, 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 bum.
You
I
are.
also got a 4.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my god.
So I guess I just tripped over something immediately and fell into Aramil or something.
Tripped over
Yeah,
the Rowan, who was
pretty
fallen over.
Because you do have dark vision, but you are the wonderful plan that you had to basically make a crocodile of people walking down, really not going very well. There is the path that goes in is actually really sort of rubbly. It's not very sort of quiet underfoot, so you're actually making quite a lot of noise. Rowan sort of trips slightly and ends up splashing into the water.
I'm fighting the, urge to sing,
Yeah.
come on and do the conga, his role.
So, but at the moment, there's sort of nothing appears to be nothing appears to have sort of been disturbed by your noise. If anyone would like to do a perception check for me, please.
I'll do it.
By anybody, you mean like the front two people?
Front
with
two
dark-
people is probably best.
Disadvantage for me because it's dark.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that's.
Oh wait,
15.
Calla's. Ooh,
Okay, that's fine.
I have
wait,
+3.
Ash. Why are you rolling multiple times?
Because he's got.
Disadvantage.
Because he's got
Oh, I was like,
Okay, Rowan.
is he cheating?
No, he's got disadvantage, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Calla could have grips Rowan's shoulder sort of slightly tighter and sort of pauses him to a halt, because from the east side of the cave you can just hear the faint sound of snarling.
Stop. Can you hear that? It's snarling. Something's down here.
What would you like to do?
Can I listen closer and maybe see if I can tell what kind or size of creature it is by the sound it sounds like?
Absolutely, you can. If you'd like to, can you do a perception check to start with, please?
21.
You also can hear. You move forward to where Calla is, and you can also hear the sound, the sort of snarling and sort of yapping and kind of growling. If you'd like to please roll a nature check for me.
I still have an inspiration, right?
Yeah.
Because that was a 8.
Okay, so hold on. Was the inspiration a D6 or was it a D20?
I used the D6 to add on last
You
time.
did. So you've got another. If you want to use it, you've got another roll. Do you want to use it?
Yep.
Okay.
16.
Ash moves forward, listening with Calla. She obviously also heard this noise from the sounds and the sort of moving round. You instantly know that it's wolves.
Oh my god, can we train them and have them as pets?
Yes, please.
My animal handling might not be good enough.
So what would you like to do, guys?
We have to kill them,
I
right?
whisper at everybody, it's wolves. And do I know of any sort of things that might scare them off?
Hold on. I just want to make sure that I'm going to get you to do the right roll, because honestly, come on, book. Tell me stuff. Tell me what I need. Yes. Do an animal handling check for me, please.
It's also a D20, right?
Also always a D20, and then add your modifier, please.
Oh, it's a wisdom. Okay, gotcha. Or 7.
Okay. You know what wolves sound like, but unfortunately, you haven't really come across many before. You've the area that you're from, where you did most of your sort of druidic training. It's more the kind of like wild boars and deer and that kind of thing. Wolves aren't really very common. You sort of know instinctively what they are, but you haven't. I don't know, Freya's just disappeared.
Well, Iona's dead.
I don't know what's happened. There was a rat for a moment, and then it looks like there's some hair.
Yeah, something's happening.
She just knocked her camera off.
Oh, that's fine.
White
We'll
light.
just
She can hear you.
it's fine. So yeah, so you know that there are wolves, but you sort of don't know how one would deal with them. So, but you haven't seen them yet, and you don't know exactly where they are. I mean, you're in a kind of small. You're in quite a sort of dank chamber at the moment. But you know that, but the sounds that you can hear are definitely coming from the east side. They're definitely sort of slightly further ahead and to the east. So it
Maybe
really.
I whisper back to everybody else, wolves from the east. Don't know.
Just we have to go to the west. Remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
maybe if the wolves are alerted, we should maybe just leave them be.
Yeah, but then they could still attack us.
Yeah, I know. But
well,
But-
you.
good decision.
Yeah. What would you like? What would you like to do? You haven't actually sort of, or you can hear them. You don't know where they are, and you haven't come across them yet. So really, it's sort of, what would you like to try and do?
So hang on. We're at the mouth of this.
You're at the
entrance.
mouth of this cave. As you can see that the sort of there is a sort of a widening of the passage ahead, and you can hear the sound. Ash has told you that it's definitely wolves, and you can hear what's going on. Rowan is just basically kind of like splashing around in the pool in the river at the moment.
Right. So there isn't like a separate passageway. That's going in.
There might be, but you just haven't
But
gone.
it's
You
further up.
haven't gone far enough into the cave yet to
Probably
know
further
what's
up.
going on.
Well, we have to go further up then,
Yeah, let's go.
and then
You have
if
to go
there's-
deeper.
Advance.
If there's a
Carefully.
tunnel to the east,
Okay,
there are
Rowan.
wolves
Carefully.
there, we will have to attack them because they can see us. If there aren't, and they're just like further down the eastern tunnel, we go west. We grab Silda, and then we come back because he's OPAF, so we'll have a better chance.
Okay, so it looks like
So-
I was going to say Ash looks like she's trying to grab attention. Hello.
Maybe if once we're past the wolves, they won't care about us, even if they do see us. If we don't like pay attention to them, because I highly doubt that they're like trained by the goblins.
Really?
I mean, I wouldn't think so. Maybe they're just like
Do any of
they
us
live
know?
there. They live off to that side, and
Do
Do any of us know if
Caves,
goblins
do they?
train wolves? Because we could pit them off against each other.
um,
Lure the wolves to the goblins, and they'll do our job for us.
If we're going by like fantasy medieval logic, surely goblins train wolves, right? Like,
are they
in
smart
Lord of the
enough to
Rings
train
and that.
wolves?
Yeah.
you need to do a. If somebody would like to determine that, you can do a nature check.
While they're making that roll, can I do a perception check to see how stealthy we've been as a party?
You can indeed.
Thank you.
You don't need
Who
and you
has
don't need to
the
do you don't
best
need to do it
nature
at
check?
you don't need to do it at disadvantage or anything. Just roll the one.
I've got plus
Dice.
I
2.
have +3
Okay, so
nature.
I mean you can all
okay.
you can all roll if you would like, and then
Yeah,
you can
I'm
sort
going
of see
to-
because you can sort of do this like you're all kind of really quietly talking about it. So you can all roll a nature check and sort of, and that way you can sort of just debate what you know.
Got a 19.
Well, I got an 18.
An 18,
15.
a 19, and a
Okay.
what did you get, Aramil?
15.
15. Yep. Okay. And what did you
Yeah.
get for perception?
I got a 12 altogether.
Okay. Can you all please do also please do a stealth check for me?
Go. Natural 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus 2.
14 total.
Everyone else? 12,
15 with disadvantage.
15, and 10 for Calla. Because
Explode.
Aramil,
Explode.
you're all sort of you all sort of have been talking about what you can hear. Aramil kind of walks up to you, and almost sort of his presence muffles the sound of your talking. So though you're all actually talking quite loud, there is something about his there's a sort of an aura around him at that moment. I don't know whether it's because he's because of his magical sort of ability and like his belief. He's sort of clutching onto his sort of like his sort of religious icon, and it's obviously muffling your sound slightly. It's almost like being in a sort of in a bubble. You've all sort of come across the fact that actually, yes, goblins do train wolves. Some of the they train them to attack. Goblins train attack wolves. A lot of the sort of the bigger goblins, the kind of like the leaders will keep them as keep one as like a pet as well. So you've sort of read and heard about these kind of things, but again, you've not come across this before, but you know that this is something that happens.
Maybe if we were to lure them out, so all of us can fight, and without any sorts of not being see-ness of the two of us.
That's a good idea. Take them out in small groups instead of all at once.
How wide is the cave tunnel that we're going down?
At the moment, you're in sort of a slight sort of pinch point at the moment that's probably only about sort of 7 feet wide, but you can see that it's probably widening out to maybe about 10 feet. But you can't see. This is a deep cave system, and so you don't really you haven't got any sort of any real concept of where it's going to go or what's going to happen with it.
Okay.
So
I think we should move forward a little bit.
Maybe we can
see better.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe we can just move forward to see if there's like a crossing that may go east, west.
okay.
Or something. So
Yeah.
maybe we can
So
just
who
try to avoid wolves, or we can decide later.
who would like to sort of go first in this sort of through into this dark cave? You haven't lit a torch or anything, so for the humans in you, it is almost there is a little bit of light coming in, but it's almost like it's being swallowed up by the cave itself. So it's pretty much pitch black. All you can hear is you've got the sound of snarling, you've got the running water, and it's actually probably quite disorientating for you. So what would you like to do?
Would I be able to roll to see if I know if goblins and wolves have dark vision?
Yes.
Goblins
Roll.
do have.
We already know that goblins do.
I think I asked it previously.
Because
Yeah. You did.
Yeah, and we know that at least goblins have it.
so there's not much benefit then, really, once we get into combat being in the dark. But we've got the torches prepared, haven't we?
You've got the torches all, but
No.
you've all got
They're
the.
not lit.
They're not lit, but they're prepared because Ash said to do that. So you have, you've got torches ready to go, and I think Ash and Aramil can both use like the sort of prestidigitation and like do a like basically light it quickly, like snap your fingers and they'll light up. But you are still all just in the mouth of the cave, and luckily this sort of debate that you're having doesn't appear to be sort of disturbing anybody or anything that might be in there because of Aramil's presence. So you kind of, I think at this you just need to
Move on.
decide what you're going to do. But I would suggest caution.
If we move to the bit where it's 10 feet across, send Rowan and Iona first, light the torches, and then that could like create a distraction, and they could come around the corner, and then you can fight.
I don't think any of us are doing well enough on stealth that we really have any reason to not
Yeah.
light torches anymore.
Yeah, no. So we just light them, send them forwards. Hopefully that'll create enough noise or whatever to make the wolves come to us.
Okay. So move how you want to move. Okay. So as you move forward, this sort of sounds of these sort of savage snarls sort of start to fill your ears much more as you kind of come round the corner. And you can see that you've got some steps steps into a chamber to the east, and that appears to be where the snarls and the snapping is coming from. But there doesn't appear, but nothing has. You've lit the torches. The sounds of the snapping has got louder, but there doesn't appear. But there's nothing coming at you. Nothing appears to be moving
Okay.
around.
I'll glance back at the thinkers of the party to see if they want me to carry on going.
Can you
Yeah, go on.
roll a, or could I roll a perception check to see if we can see them now that we're further in?
Yep, go for it.
Could I also?
Yep, of course you
I'm
can.
not rolling well.
I got
Do-
a critical 1.
Okay.
Plus 2 perception.
I got 14.
Okay,
That's
but
17.
Okay.
did you?
Wait,
But Iona, did you roll a natural 1?
Yeah.
Okay. The first
Got a
thing is Iona stumbles as she is trying to sort of hold the torch and the scimitar and everything else, and she stumbles backwards into the river and takes 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
From the river?
No, from the she falls into the riverbed and bangs her head.
3?
3 points of
There must have
bludgeoning.
been a sharp rock in there or something.
Yeah,
That's
three.
like 3 horses worth of damage.
3 points of bludgeoning damage, I am afraid, Iona. Remember though that people do have like healing.
Is anyone else being ticked off by my webcam just not, like, not
It's
wanting
okay when
to...
you don't move quickly.
So don't move. Stop
Yeah.
being selfish.
It's being it is being a little bit jittery, but
We'll get better ones at the end of the month.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm personally not so not so worried about it.
Okay.
But Iona's taken a tumble and splooshed into the river, and as Ash said, banged her head on a sharp rock, and unfortunately has taken a bit of damage. So would anyone?
I'd just like to say that's my 3rd critical 1 of this session.
That's not great.
Great.
As that happens, the sound of snarling just gets much louder because it's made quite a racket. The kind of her tripping and falling and splashing and everything else. What did you guys get for perception?
I got
12.
7, 10. Wow. Okay.
17.
17.
14.
Brilliant. Okay. Because Rowan is... Can you hear it? Because Rowan is there at the front with the torch, he's actually lit up the chamber in front of you. And you can see...
How I glisten.
And you can see that there are wolves chained to the walls. There are 4 wolves, and they are snapping and snarling, and they are pulling at their chains because they have now they have seen you. The wolves are going to try and break free. They just keep up. They're just pulling and pulling at these chains, but the chains seem to be sort of quite tightly like nailed into the wall. So though there are wolves in this chamber, they don't appear to be able to reach you.
Well, then we could just move on.
Yeah.
I mean, they might break free when we're further up. We should probably gently dispatch them.
I could just
Gently.
put arrows in their heads, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty gentle. Let's go with that.
Sure.
Okay, what are you going to do?
I am going to shoot arrows into their skulls to kill them.
Okay, which one are you going to attack first?
Can I move? We're not in initiative, are we? So
You're not in initiative yet. So who would like to help to dispatch these wolves?
Can I help?
Can.
top of the stairs.
Well, I don't have any ranged weapons.
No,
so-
but you have
Well, yeah, I have spells.
you have spells,
Yeah.
which are your ranged attacks.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah.
so who would like to try and dispatch a
I'll
wolf
do it,
first?
okay.
I let Calla do it.
Calla, okay, Calla's
I
up.
do not
Calla, go
wish
first.
to
Which
do
one
the
are you?
harm
Which
of any
one
creature.
do you want to? Which one are you going to go for?
The one that's furthest away. So, third down. Like it's like in the corner.
Yep, got it.
Yeah. That one.
But wouldn't that give the other ones a chance to attack you?
Yeah, but you guys.
She's ranged, isn't she?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
ranged,
ranged,
and you guys
okay.
are closer. So
So this one that's moving. So it's pulling
yeah, that one.
pulling against its chain. Okay, do you want to roll then?
That's 17, and then I add on +5 for my longbow,
Nice.
so that's 22.
That 22. That definitely hits. Would you like to roll for damage then?
Yes.
Is this
1d8.
this as you are it's yanking on its iron rod trying to get to you.
I rolled an 8 + 3, which is 11.
8 + 3, which is 11. Take with one single shot, the wolf is taken out.
Yes.
The wolf is taken out with one single shot to the head.
No.
The other wolves now are snarling and snapping, desperately trying to pull away. This one here, it has been pulling and pulling, and it's the iron rod that it is attached to actually breaks free. So it starts to actually move towards you now. If you would like to all please roll initiative.
Well,
18.
I'm going last.
Okay, so did anyone get over 20? 15 to 20. Iona, 18. 10 to 15. Oh my
Oh,
god.
I got 10.
I think Ash has 17.
Mm-mm.
Oh, just 7. Okay. Oh.
Okay, 5 to 10.
9.
9.
Rowan got 9. Who got 7? Ash?
I did.
Aramil?
4.
Oh no.
I like to think
I'm again like.
your dress is
I just
so wet.
don't
it's
want to
slowing
hit
you
it.
down.
I just don't want to harm it. That's all.
Oh. Okay, it's
Well,
going
I
to.
don't want to harm
Ooh,
those
sugar.
poor
Trying
wolves,
to move.
so I'm like, yeah, go on.
It's
And
going to
move.
the first actually that this wolf can see is actually Rowan, and it is going to go for a bite attack on Rowan. But Rowan, just as the wolf runs towards it, just with this torch that he's holding, just tries shoves the flame out, and the wolf backs away slightly, kind of, but snarling and yapping. The other wolves are trying to break free, and this one has managed to break free from its from the iron peg in the floor. The other one is still chained up, but the peg is looking loose. Next up is Calla. No, Iona.
I should be close enough to try to stab it with my rapier.
Remember that you can move. You have to be within 5 feet. Remember, these squares are 5 feet across.
I'd like to be there.
Okay.
That's all right.
Move. Yep.
And then I'm going to try to stabby stab.
Go stabby stab.
Roll a 9 plus 5, so 14.
14 does hit.
And 1d8 plus 2 plus 3, so 5.
Okay, so as you you get your rapier, which is it slashing or stabbing?
I believe rapiers are stabbing.
Okay, so as you go in, you manage to sort of stab its side. The wolf goes like kind of yowls and actually kind of looks like it's bleeding quite heavily. But
could I take a bonus action?
You can't have. There is no bonus actions.
But my bardic inspiration's a bonus action.
Ah, okay. Hold on. You can do bardic inspiration. But your bardic inspiration, because you weren't here last time, so I haven't learned about your bardic inspiration yet.
One person 60 feet gets 1d6 for the next 10 mins.
Yep. Yep. So you can use it. Yep. Okay. Iona can use her bardic inspiration and try and inspire somebody that's nearby. Well, one of you guys, or one of the wolves. I mean, she can try and inspire anybody.
I don't think I'll inspire.
Okay, go on. Who are you going to try and inspire?
I'm going to try and inspire. Oh, who's? I think Calla, because she does a fair amount of damage and she's already like bapped one of the wolves.
Okay.
Cause you're hungry for the wolf. Just trying to sing Duran Duran to her.
Yes.
Okay. Calla, you have
Yes!
Calla, you have been in. You're feeling very inspired, and you will have 1d6 for the next 10 minutes as an additional thing. We now have. Ooh, Ash, you're up. The other wolf, whilst you're sort of considering this, is still pulling at its chain, but isn't managing to break free yet.
Guess I'll go for the one that's like I guess to keep it from escaping, how do I tell? I can move 30 feet?
Yep, and each one of these squares is 5. So you can move up to, you can get right up, you can get up close and personal with it if you would like to.
And I guess I just try to stab it in the back of the neck to kill it really quick.
Okay, because the thing, I mean, both Calla and Ash are going to find this quite hard because they are sort of nature-loving kind of animal lovers. So killing animals,
don't like it.
It's not, yeah. So go on, try and roll for a humane dispatch.
17.
You hit it.
With,
Come on.
which one's that with? The
I think it's
6.
yeah, 1d6 and something else, I think.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's whatever. I can't remember,
4
but I've got it.
plus 3, 7.
7 points of damage. So you're doing your absolute best to take out this wolf as it sort of remains chained up. Unfortunately, that one single hit does not kill it. You have just wounded it quite considerably. And the wolf is kind of yapping and yowling it's very hurt. It is going to finally manage to break free though, and it's going to take a snap at your leg.
Okay.
But you've hurt it so bad. You've hurt it so badly that it just doesn't seem to sort of have the energy to actually get to you, and you just sort of dodge away slightly, like just dodge it slightly. So you haven't been hurt. So next up is Rowan.
Okie dokie. I will move down to the center wolf.
Okay.
As I'm engaged with, yet. And I shall take a swing with my great axe.
Go for it.
That's 24 to hit.
Okay, that definitely hits.
Oh, nice. And that's 4 damage. I rolled a 1.
Okay. It does hit and it does do some damage, but the wolf is not going to it's not going to depart the earth anytime soon, unfortunately. So all 3 wolves are going to try and bite the people that are next to them. Luckily, Aramil has actually managed to sort of keep back from this, and Calla is trying to sort of is also keeping her distance so she can get ranged attacks in. So the first wolf is going to take a bite at Iona, but it misses. The next wolf is going to try and take a bite at Rowan, but it misses. And God damn it, I'm going to have to use a different dice. The third wolf that has been quite seriously hurt by Ash tries to take another snap and but misses as well. All these wolves are not doing very well. And so Aramil, you're up.
Okay, so I grab my sword and move here next to Iona and try to stab the wolf, even though it's actually not my strong point, but
well, you can try.
Yeah. So it's 22.
Yep, that hits.
And it's 2. Oh, 6 plus 2. 8 damage.
And with that, the squishiest member of the party launches himself at the wolf. Just Iona looking a little bit sort of shocked by this, because he seems like such a nice, gentle person. He goes forward. How would you like to dispatch the wolf?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I take my sword, run towards the wolf, just take it and flash it and stab it on the head of the wolf. Right, so it just Iona's there next to it, and all she sees is just this flash of steel as this blade glints down and impales this wolf's head, and the wolf and the sword is now actually sort of just jammed in the skull of the poor wolf that appears to be very much dead. So have I missed anybody? Has anybody? Everyone's had a turn. I've not missed anyone out, have I?
No, we've all gone.
Brilliant. So Iona, you are now up. This wolf is dead. Dead.
It is an ex-wolf.
It is an ex-wolf. So Iona, what would you like to do now?
Can I shoot a crossbow at the one that Ash is facing? Not Rowan, Ash. Because I know that I know that it's close to death, and I just kind of want to help put it out of its misery.
Okay, yep, you are 30 feet you're within ranged attack distance, so that is absolutely fine. You can do that.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'll roll to
How
attack.
do you do that arrow thing?
No snapping.
3 plus 5.
Okay.
Go
Unfortunately,
on, mathematician. What is it?
8.
Right.
unfortunately, your arrow goes just whizzes. My lord, that's
Whizzes.
whizzes. Past Ash's shoulder and just pings into the rock. Behind. Ash turns around and sort of jumps slightly out of the way as this kind of.
Can I yell? Sorry, I tried.
Absolutely, you can. You can always yell stuff. Next up is Calla.
Do I have a clear shot of the wolf that's in front of Rowan?
Rowan
Or
is
it's-
Rowan is currently
He's blocking it.
is currently blocking. So you'd have to move somewhere to get You'd have to move somewhere to get line of sight.
So if I use my movement
Yep.
to go here,
Yep.
and
That's
then
fine.
shoot the one that's in front of Ash.
Yep. Go for it.
13 plus 5
That hits.
is okay. Cool.
It's enough.
And then so
The inspiration.
The inspiration. Do I add that to my damage?
1d6. Yeah.
Yep. So you roll and then you can roll d6 as well and add that on.
2 plus 3. That's 6.
Oh, the wolf. So you take your bow and you've kind of moved around and you take a shot and it goes into its flank where on the other side from where Rowan had taken a swing before, and it sort of drops down to the ground, kind of, but snarling, but quite weakly. It is on its last legs. Ash.
And
Oh, no,
how
sorry.
many legs is that, Rowan?
It's Rowan's turn now. This wolf in front of him is looking
Okie dokie.
quite unwell.
Just before I do anything, Ash, you were asking how to do that arrow. Below the magnifying glass, there's a little ruler shape. And you click on the no snapping option, and then you can.
Oh yeah, I found it. Thank you, though.
Okay, no problem. Just checking.
You said no snapping, and I looked around till I found it.
Proud of you.
Okay.
I'm going to take another swing at this wolf.
Excellent. Go for it.
I do not hit the wolf.
Okay. Because this wolf Rowan takes a swing just as this wolf basically collapses onto the floor, and so his swing goes completely wide and it just hits air. It is Ash's go.
I'm gonna try and put the wolf out of its misery.
Okay.
Nothing fancy. I ain't trying to be fancy.
Just dispatch it.
Gotta yeah, because that's 4.
Just a d20 plus.
It's 8. Right, because I'm adding that to the scimitar level, right?
So whatever your scimitar is, you roll the d20 and then
Yeah.
you add whatever it is. So it's either going to be plus
Okay,
4
so it's 8.
or plus 5. You do not hit it. Again, very much like what just happened with Rowan. You try and do it and the wolf just sort of rolls out of the way. Manages to kind of avoid your sort of dispatch, and your sort of scimitar sort of clangs against the side of the cavern walls. Each wolf is the 2 wolves that are left. They're not very well, but they are going to try and take a snap at you. Ash, the one that's by you is going to try and hit you. What's your armor class?
13.
It manages to take a bite. it manages to sort of drag itself and actually take a bite out of you. So, and it, what? 2. Oh my god. 6. You take 8 points of piercing damage.
Ooh.
Can you please do a strength saving throw for me?
That's with what?
So, on your
What am I rolling with? D20?
I can help you out. It'll be a D20. It'll be a D20.
And I have a -1 saving throw for strength.
You have a -1 saving throw for strength. Okay, so D20.
So 16.
You're okay. It tries to kind of, as it sort of snaps at you and takes some of your takes a good chunk, takes a good bite out of your leg. It's obviously trying to knock you to the floor, but it doesn't quite manage it. The other is going to try and do the same with Rowan, but it is very, very weak and it doesn't actually manage to get any purchase on him, especially because he's wearing sort of metal armor. So next up will be Aramil.
Okay, so I'll.
Because you've already dispatched one of them in style.
Yeah. I will.
8 of damage? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Pointer and...
Sorry. Yep, 8 damage. What does that leave you now?
9.
Okay. So go on,
Okay.
Aramil. What are you going to do?
You're lucky I will be dead. I'm gonna cast a Ray of Frost on the wolf that is in front of Ash.
Okay, so you've got, yep, you can do that. That's fine. Roll.
Okay. Oh shit! It's 5.
Okay, so it'll be
Oh,
5.
7. Sorry, 7.
So plus
7 total.
7
Yeah,
total. So that's so
Yeah.
that's with your +5. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, 1, 2.
This ray of frost hits, just goes completely wide. I don't know, but I think he's got a little bit of a head rush from the shock of actually dispatching something with a sword that he isn't really paying that much attention to what's going on. He's kind of and he shoots off this ray of frost, sort of slightly cocky, and unfortunately totally misses this wolf that is sort of lying on the floor, not moving. So basically a really quite easy target. But no, unfortunately, it misses. These 2 wolves are they are hanging on by a thread. Iona, what are you gonna do next?
Can I attack and use another bonus action, please?
Yes.
I'm going to attempt to fire at the... 1 minute, let me see if I can get it working. That wolf.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attempt to use Healing Word on Ash.
Now an attack you can only an attack is either it's either an attack. Your spell is your action. And
It says 1 bonus action.
Where?
I think the bonus action has to be only one specific thing. It can't be another attack spell type.
No,
thing,
no.
right?
It's only the bardic inspiration that's your bonus action. Because you're only level 1.
That would be okay, actually.
Yeah, you're only level 1. So basically, you can either attack the wolf or you can use Healing Word.
I think I'll attack the wolf. Ash will survive.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Cool.
I mean, I didn't know you had that much HP. I've got 10. Well, 7 now, so...
I have 9.
Right.
I'm good.
That's more than I have. Woo, 16 plus...
Okay, you attack
What?
it. You hit it. You hit it. You
Plus, yeah.
whatever
Yeah,
you're.
I'm hitting it.
I don't know what you're.
I end up over 20.
What
like
are you
21.
trying to? What are you actually using, by the way?
My crossbow.
Oh right, okay. Thank you. So you're firing your crossbow. Go on.
So 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 will do it. How would you like to take the wolf out?
Yes.
Nice.
Through the head, because I just kind of want to put it out of its misery, and also so it kind of, Well, basically, so it dies. I mean,
Absolutely.
that's what we're here for, really.
Yep. So Ash sort of again will sort of this crossbow bolt goes whizzing past her and straight into the forehead of this wolf, right between the eyes, and the wolf is finally no longer yapping and snarling. It is still and it is quiet. Ash is still looking quite hurt though. If we can have Calla up next, please.
Yeah, guess I'll shoot the only one left, the one in front of Rowan.
Going for it, try.
Remember your inspiration.
I used it on the last one.
Yeah.
It says one person gets the 1d6 for next 10 minutes.
Yeah, but you can only
once.
Yeah, you can only use it
gonna
once.
say,
It's just it
pretty
lasts.
OP.
It just lasts for 10 minutes. It means you can
You're
use it.
not
Right.
that good.
You're not actually no. Okay, Calla.
I rolled an 18.
Okay, you attack it. You hit it.
So then 8. Oh, 4. 7.
How would you like to do this? Seeing as
Yeah.
these wolves have taken a little bit of a pummeling out of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and shoot it at the back of the head.
Okay.
Right behind it.
So
Ash is going to be right back, very briefly.
okay, so Calla's there and points her bow down and shoots the wolf in the back of the head before it has time to take another chomp out of Rowan. And between you have managed to dispatch all of the wolves in the cave.
Yay!
Yay! You have made quite a bit of noise though, so you know.
Can I collect all my arrows again?
You can indeed. So Calla goes round and pulling her arrows out of the corpses. Would anyone else like to do anything?
Can I pull my crossbow bolts? I think I should have 2
Yep.
in the corner.
Yep, you can. One of them, you can only get one of them. One of them snapped when it hit the wall.
Got it.
But you've managed to get one back.
Yes.
Okie dokie. Would anyone
I'll
else?
go-
Quietly mourn the wolf that died right in front of me. I just like,
I place my hand on Ash's shoulder and I say, it's for the best.
Oh.
I'm not quite sure how to comfort, but I try. I try really hard.
I
I appreciate it.
I take Ash's hand and I say, "They're with nature now."
Oh. They're with
And I
nature.
I
give
go
her hand a
with-
little squeeze.
What the wolf I killed was like, you know, make a little prayer. It's a poor animal. you
Yeah.
know,
So
innocent.
all of you, apart
So-
from it, I think, apart from maybe, I don't know what Rowan's doing at this point, but all of you are you're sort of taking time. You sort of feel quite bad for having sort of killed these animals that had been chained up, but they did like attack you eventually. So it maybe wasn't the most stealthy of attacks, but
Lovely.
you got there eventually. So would anyone else, what would you like to do?
Shall we continue in formation into the cave?
Yeah.
Should we change it up a bit since we're just gonna have the torches and we don't have to worry about
Yeah.
people's.
Oh,
You
we
want
should
to
probably.
see-
Anyone who can heal should probably heal, particularly Ash.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Can I use healing word on myself?
Yeah.
Oh,
How do
excellent.
the healers kits work? Are those something that you have to use?
Have you got a healer kit?
I do.
Okay, then you need to do a medicine check.
A medicine check?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I could suck very badly on this, and I could still do pretty damn well. 16.
Yep, you can, hold on. Oh, flipping heck. I actually need to... I don't even know how to do this, I'm really sorry.
It's okay.
Alright, take your time.
I've not had to use a medicine kit before. Ever. How can we do? Healing! Cure wounds, potions of healing.
So guys, D&D Beyond is amazing.
Yes!
It's D&D, D&D Beyond.
I love it so much.
So catchy.
Oh, it's so good.
I could go on, but I won't.
God.
That's me.
Please do. Ash was only listening into it just...
You heard about it,
Oh my god, you can expend these stabilizer creatures.
Oh no, now it's time to kick some ass in a mine shaft full of noise.
It's D&D.
I'm absolutely not sure, so I'm gonna.
D&D
Right. I'm totally making this up. Roll a d6 and get that many hit points back.
Oh, all of us.
No, just the person who's using the medicine. Just Ash.
I got 3 back.
You
but
got
that's
3
better
back.
than nothing.
That's fine.
Could I use that on other people as well?
If you've got 1, you can only use it on 1 person. It's 1 for 1. It's basically like you've just it's basically like a first aid kit. Where you've basically bandaged your wounds.
Okay. So it is now gone.
So it's now gone.
Okay.
We're taking the time to heal up. Would I be able to skin a wolf in that time?
You can
Roll
try.
for it.
You can try. If you would
can
like
try.
to do
Is it a survival?
I would say it would be a survival check.
I do not manage to skin the wolf. That's a 4.
That is great. Rowan basically gets really distracted and starts trying to count its legs again instead of actually skinning the wolf. So yeah, it's
What's
just
wolf divided by horse?
yes. So Ash has got some hit points back. Did you say you wanted to use healing word?
I
on
would like
yourself?
to.
So remember,
Yes.
so notch one of your spell slots off.
Okay, so the bonus action I did before, that wasn't a spell.
No,
This
your bardic inspiration is not like one of your spell slots. You have 3 spell slots. This is going to be one of them. So you can
Okay.
Healing word on yourself. That is
1d4 plus my ability modifier. So I rolled a 3. What modifier am I using?
Hold on. Spell casting. Wisdom is your spell casting ability. So it's
0.
So you've got 3 points back.
That's all right. That's all I needed. I'm back.
Okay, guys, what would you like to do?
Continue on, I think.
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay, so are you going to continue on up the path that you
Yep.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
I haven't stopped eating this entire game.
Oh.
Well, you have just got back from like
Okay.
a 2-hour walk.
Okay.
Crazy
Tank,
stuff.
tank first. Who's behind?
Yep, just do it.
Okay. So as you move up the passageway, luckily all of your the sort of the sounds that you from the murder of the wolves, sorry guys, have been muffled very much by the sound of this this sort of flowing stream, which seems to be getting slightly faster as you move round. How are you moving?
With haste?
You want to say stealthily,
Or-
but given our track record.
We're moving cases.
We're trying to be quiet.
Forward.
We're not
We're trying
like,
to
stomping through. Like, where the hell did you put people?
Okay, so if people are trying to move stealthily, can you all do a stealth check? Rowan at disadvantage because of his armor.
17
Excellent.
plus 5,
That's
which is like
22.
Yeah.
real stealthy.
Yeah, 17.
Got a 14.
Plus 2,
14.
19.
19. Oh, holy shit. So, okay, I'm going to have to do something very, very quickly that you can't see.
There's always one of us.
All the goblins die, pissing themselves with laughter to this man going, "My name is..."
That was pretty good. For the
As
rest
you
of
as
us,
you
though.
move forward,
Oh,
it's as you move forward, you can see that the river carries on and turns to sort of bends to curves to the right slightly, and there is some rubble going off to your left.
the
Is
goblin
the left
said.
west?
Yes.
Yeah, the goblin said west. I'd like
Yeah.
to check if there are clues leading that the west is the right.
Can we kind of
check-
try and
check.
listen and look and see if there's anything going on that would tip us off as to whether or not the goblin outside was lying to us to try and get us killed?
Okay. So Aramil, you wanted to go. You were going to go and did you want to go and check it out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to go over there and do an investigation check? And Ash, could you please do a perception check?
Oh, and 14.
Okay. And
19, 20, 21,
Lots.
23.
23.
Tired brain does not math.
No, oh my god, and the thing is, it's like, I don't even want to know what time it is for you, so I know that this is really hard for you.
No,
but
I'm good. I'd normally stay up. I've been staying up. It was just a long night tonight.
Oh, yeah, it's been quite, I've had a lot going on. You don't actually, there are no sounds apart from the echoiness of the river running through you. There's no sounds of goblins, there's no sounds of talking, there's just nothing. It's kind of disconcerting because he said that there were a lot of goblins, but you can't hear or see any goblins. So it's all, you're feeling a little bit kind of like, like kind of waiting for the storm to hit. You're
Perhaps
feeling
they're just too far in.
Yeah,
for us
you're-
to hear them yet.
yeah. So you're feeling you're just kind of on edge because there's gotta be more to this. Aramil, you move into this passage to the west. Oh, sorry. I have got this actually here. This western passage is just basically just rubble, and it's sort of, there's a steep, almost like a steep sort of cliff, slightly sort of cliff edge, and this passage basically moves up, so quite steeply away, and from you can see that happens, but because this passage is just going sort of higher and higher, it just gets darker and darker, so you can't sort of see where it leads.
Okay. I go back to the group, the party.
Mhm.
I tell them the west passage seems to go high, seems to go up, doubling. I haven't been able to see what's at the end of it, but there are no crises actually that
As
they have
you
movement.
as you are talking, an arrow whizzes past you, and it sort of clunks onto the side. It doesn't actually hit any of you, but an arrow has come over your head from sort of slightly further down the passageway in the east.
Must be more wolves.
Wow, those wolves with their opposable thumbs, amazing.
Should we throw a torch that way? They've already
I
seen
was
us.
actually just
Throw a
thinking that.
torch.
I just
Yeah.
throw my torch. Chuck it.
Okay. Oh shoot! I've not pressed the right thing. As you launch your torch, you see the torch lands, and you see a single goblin stood on a bridge. And it has obviously heard you coming. It has seen you because of the light, because it has dark vision, so it has actually seen you coming. and it has fired an arrow at you. So, would you like to please all roll initiative again?
Someone shoot it in the face.
Okay, so anyone get over 20? Apart from the goblin who got natural 20.
Oh, no.
15 to 20.
I got 16.
Okay, so Ash then 10 to 15.
13.
Calla 5 to 10. Iona, what
7.
did you get? 7. And Aramil got
8, 8, 8, 8. I got 8.
8. And then
No, she got
Aramil got
8.
7. Aramil got 7.
7. Yeah.
Okay, and what did you get, Rowan?
It would have been a 0, but you can't go to 0.
You
so it's
can't, so we'll yeah, okay.
Even with your initiative added on.
My initiative is -1. I'm a holy boy.
This isn't right. So the goblin is going to fire again, and it is going to the person who is closest and has seemed to have has been making the most noise and has still got a torch in his hand is Rowan. But it's coming from quite a way away, and the crossbow bolt goes wide. Unfortunately, missing. You are very, very lucky that goblin rolled so low. Ash,
Unfortunately, are you trying to kill us?
Ash is up next.
Oh, now there's a name in the way. Hold on, I gotta scroll up. I have rock in my way, don't I?
I think I'm in your way.
No.
I mean, you can obviously you've got movement, and this goblin is up on a bridge. So it's
I can move 30 feet, right?
Yeah, you can move up to 30 feet.
But if I come up, because it looks like this is like the top of like a staircase almost up here, right?
Yeah, it's moving slightly up, so it's kind of like just like a rocky, yeah, it's like a natural, like some natural steps basically.
And then from there I'm gonna throw my dagger at its face.
Wow, go for it.
Ooh.
Okay. Yes. Dagger is plus 23.
Okay, that hits.
And a D4. 6.
The goblin has definitely the dagger actually does lodge itself in the goblin's head. Do not know how it's still standing, but it's now got a dagger protruding from its skull. I don't think it's actually got much brains to damage, but it looks like it might sort of have some trouble actually doing very much from this point onwards, but it's still alive.
Maybe I could also move out of the way a little bit.
Yep.
Just so
Yep.
anybody else.
You can move the rest of your 30 feet.
Ash, you made a unicorn.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, Calla, you are up.
I'm gonna try and hit it in the head with one of my arrows right next to the dagger that's in its face.
Go for it. Is that are you within 30?
Yeah,
where are you within 30 feet because of is it 6 or is it 60? I can't remember.
my bow is 150 and then 600 at disadvantage.
Okay. Holy shit. Yeah, you're all right. You can take bloody hellfire. So what did you roll?
I rolled a 19.
Okay, that hits.
Okay, so 1d8. 9.
Yeah, that's you. That the arrow goes flying through, and it's almost like Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. This arrow almost splits, like right next to the dagger, and the head just kind of cleaves open slightly. It's really it's almost like cracking a coconut. It's like cracking a coconut, and the goblin collapses down onto the bridge. His blood like dripping off the bridge and sort of trickling down the flowing river that you can so you can see the sort of the little kind of like trails of blood.
Great, I'm gonna go get my arrow again.
He's on
Lucky arrow.
He's on top of a bridge.
How
So you're
high up is the bridge?
He fell off the bridge.
He hasn't fallen off the bridge. He's still on the bridge. It's just he's slumped, and
How
the blood
high up is it above us?
Yep, it is. Hold on. 20 feet above the stream. It's quite high.
I can give a boost.
What's your dexterity like, Calla?
+3.
+3?
Mine's +3 as well.
Maybe the
One of them could boost
west
the other?
passageway leads to the bridge.
Can I throw a party member?
There's
I'd love to throw a party member.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes.
I
Okay.
mean,
I was gonna say-
you can try to climb, but I personally would go just walking. You know? I'd prefer go walking.
I think Aramil.
maybe Rowan may have some kind of disadvantage there too.
I
Climb
don't know,
20 feet.
wizard.
What would
You're
you?
a thinker,
what would
but
you-
I'm a thrower.
What would you like? What would you What would you like to try and do?
If Calla is willing, because Rowan's a dick, but he's not that kind of dick, he'd pick her up and try and throw her upwards. You know, like cheerleader boost, like whoosh.
Or like
I'll
in
do it
like
backwards.
Legolas and Gimli when you know never toss a dwarf.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That kind of
So,
thing.
I'm down.
Rowan, the first thing that I need you to do is I need you to make a strength check, please.
Okay.
Come on, Rowan.
Let's not be our third natural one.
Aramil's just watching this with kind of
10
disgust.
in total.
Wow. Okay.
Average, you know, it's
You
average.
you just managed to pick her up and launch her, which means that I need Calla to please make an acrobatics check.
16.
Calla, amazingly, and it manages to sort of get her fingers into the bottom, the edge of the bridge. So now you need to do a strength check, please, to see if you can pull yourself up.
Oh no. That's 20.
Nice!
Calla, this kind of slightly weak, not like weak-looking ranger, but she's a sort of waif, quite waif-like. Amazing, somehow the strength is with her fingertips, like a rock climber. She just pulls herself up and sort of mantle shelves over onto the bridge, and sort of pulls her arrow out. And sort of stands there, pulls the dagger out, and sort of tosses it down to Ash, where it kind of goes like by her feet, and she. But you are now on top of the bridge. So what do you? Calla?
Probably push the goblin off so that its friends don't find it and just hide
He's
it.
already dead.
So you're now.
No, I mean.
You are now on top of a bridge,
Yeah,
20 feet in the air, and everyone else is not on top of the bridge.
Can I roll a
So
perception check.
you can indeed roll a perception check.
Nice. Oh my god, it landed in the bin.
Okay, that's not so good.
Okay.
Careful,
right, let's do it again.
Aramil. She has the high ground.
Iona,
Oh my God.
Iona, Aramil, Rowan, and Ash.
I'm still
What would you
looking
guys
at-
like? What would you like to do whilst this perception check's going on?
We should probably form up a little bit further forward.
I want to investigate further up the east tunnel.
So you want to,
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that's a good idea.
Or west.
and
like,
Aramil,
up here.
what are you wanting to do?
Here.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay.
Are you are you all going? Are you all heading east, or are any of you heading west into this tunnel at the side? What is your
told to
current
west.
plan?
West is where the hench dude is, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
We should probably check west then. First.
Yeah, I think
But
maybe.
pull the corpse off the bridge so other goblins don't find it.
Okay, so Calla, what did you roll?
7.
7. You can, because of your sort of because of your dark vision, you can see slightly further. So I'm just going to, you can see that there is a tunnel there and that there is a tunnel there. But you can't actually, you can't hear anything again aside from the sound of the flowing stream. What would you like to do with the goblin?
If I pick up the goblin and throw
Am
him
I
down to the others?
Okay.
Or should I also jump down and join you again, and we can all go west?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe
So I'll
not
pick up the
jump
goblin.
down.
What?
Like,
Well-
gently lower yourself.
If you
Okay,
like
I'll.
my
Yeah, but it's 20 feet, so
20 feet's quite high.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't really lower myself. It would be better to jump.
Well, it's totally up to you. What are you going to do with the
Yeah.
goblin first?
I'll throw that down first.
Okay, so do a strength check first to just see whether you actually still have the energy to be able to do this after your amazing feat of pulling yourself up onto
Can I
the bridge.
try and catch it to reduce the noise of it hitting the ground?
You can.
Cool.
I rolled
This is gonna go great.
18.
18. So you manage to pick up the goblin and sort of throw it off the bridge.
Catch.
Is it dex or strength, my catch?
I would like you to do a dex.
That's 12 then.
Okay, the goblin comes down and Rowan's there going, I'll catch it, and it just lands in front of him and he goes, I won't catch it, and it's just kind of go, basically now,
I'm
it's,
saving my catching for you.
yeah, it's just
Believe.
this like, just slight,
Oh god.
and the thing is, I mean, its skull was not looking overly great to begin with, and now there's an awful lot of brain matter splashed onto Rowan's shoes. So yeah, that's lovely. If you would like to try and jump off, then I will need you to do shall I make you do?
Will it be in
Shall I make you
dex?
do acrobatics or athletics?
I would say athletics. Athletics.
Well,
Athletics is off your
climbing,
strength, by the
jumping,
way.
swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're trying to jump an
So
you're trying to jump an unusually long distance, I think athletics.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I have the sensation that we will have to, like, go through the bridge at some point.
Okay.
Probably right now. So maybe
Say, I was
Would
trying
you
to
actually
investigate
need
up
to
the tunnel
go
further.
down.
Just haven't been able to say anything because you've been going.
Can
Yeah, it's just trying to kind of because there's lots of people trying to all do different things at once. So I'm trying to focus. I'm trying to just do things like one at a time. So, Aramil, what was your point? What were you trying to say?
I was just thinking that Calla was going to jump down the bridge. I just pointed that we were probably going to cross actually that bridge because
Well,
I
at the,
mean,
the- at the-
seems like if the goblin was there, probably it's up there where goblins are, and probably.
I mean, the thing at the moment is that you do not know.
Yeah, no, I'm.
Yeah,
expecting
no.
it.
Oh no, yeah, I'm
It's
saying.
just-
I'm just saying
Investigation.
because it's 20 feet above.
Yeah.
There are two paths. You don't know where they go, so it's whether the thing that you're going. Well, the thing it'll be is how you're going to be able to kind of get
It also
there.
depends on how long it takes us, because we don't want to leave by herself if more come.
Yeah.
So So, just very quick, as this has all been going on, Ash is investigating, and Ash has revealed, as her sort of, she's picked up the torch and she's sort of going up. The passage that she's on is actually sort of steeply is actually going up. So it has some banks of steps, maybe sort of goes up by about sort of 10 feet, 8 or 10 feet, and then there are some more sort of natural steps that are curving.
I feel like my roll was now. You told me to roll a perception check, and I got a 22, and I was really proud about it.
Yeah. So you've
That's
actually.
awesome.
Then you didn't ask.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You can see quite a lot and quite far that whatever's happening, this passage is curving around and going up around 20 feet in total. So what would people like to do?
I still need to jump off the bridge.
You
I
do.
did roll for it.
Okay, what did you get?
I got 21.
Okay.
Nice.
You make a sort of a flying leap off the bridge, and you land in the water with almost like dismount and sort of like land incredibly sort of elegantly and gracefully in the water. It does make a splash, but because the water and the mud at the bottom sort of softens your landing a little bit. So you're absolutely fine. So what would people like
Awesome.
to do?
Oh, thank you.
What would people like to do?
Did we decide to go west to check out that hench human dude?
We should, because he was OP.
Yeah, we should do that before carrying on, because we kind of know.
If the
Have
goblin
someone
was
check the
lying,
goblin,
then
see if
we
he
go.
has something useful.
Yeah, you could. Do you want to do an investigation check of the goblin, Aramil?
Yeah. I'm going. It's 13, 18.
18. You do a thorough investigation of the goblin, trying to not get his like brain matter on your lovely robes. He has just some crossbow bolts, and the leather armor, same as the others. He doesn't have anything interesting on him apart from that.
Okay, I get the crossbow bolts and give them to Iona.
Okay. So Iona, you now have 3 extra crossbow bolts that you can put in your
I go, ooh, shiny.
new stuff. So, guys, what do you want to do?
Okay.
And also, how long do you want to keep playing for?
I'm good for a while.
Yeah, I'm okay until whenever. Are you alright, Lise?
Yeah, as long as you are able to.
I'm okay.
with
I'm
it.
okay. I've just heard Jim's come home and he's been away for this wedding, so I don't want to go too long. But it'd be quite cool to kind of get to a point where we're ready to go for the next time, rather than it being kind of like in the middle of something, something. If you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
we can carry on for a little bit if that's cool. Okay, excellent. Okay, so what do you want to do?
Guys,
hench
the path
dude.
curves around up here.
So say that again.
The path curves around and up.
Path does curve around. Yep.
Well,
I
maybe.
still think we should go west.
I'm trying to find a pen.
Yeah, same.
I'm trying to find a pencil.
To the west passage.
I'll go where needed.
Because the goblin said he was west, and if he is west, then great, we can pick him up and rescue him. If he's not, we haven't really lost anything. Like, we were still going to go east anyway, so...
Yeah. And plus, if
Yeah,
there's
okay.
goblins back there, that we don't want them to ambush us from behind.
Exactly.
Okay, so make your decision between you
So.
whether you all
Here, I guess? Yep. There. Oh, okay.
Okay.
The majority has west, does it? Okie dokie.
Yep.
Okay. So
Oh, are we gonna hide this goblin body, or are we just gonna leave it there?
I mean, they might think that he just fell off the bridge.
yes, because
With
because
two bunch of
The
women.
bed is very
the-
cracked open. It's not like you can really tell what happened.
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
It totally could have been natural causes. You've taken your dagger and everything back out, so
Okay, great. We'll just leave him then, I guess.
Yep.
it's totally up to you. You've moved into this passage. It has got very steep sort of escarpments, so it's almost like it's just rubble. It's like a sort of rubble and sort of shale and stuff onto the next ledge. So it depends on how you would like.
We have one torch left, don't we? Because we threw the other one. Oh, we threw the
Well,
other
I
one.
still
Is that
have
still
one.
where the
No,
goblin is?
Calla's
No, I picked
not
it
Calla.
Ah,
Ash has still got it because she threw it down. It stayed lit, so that's how she wandered and found what she did round the side. So she's brought it back. You still see it. So you can kind of see. You can see a little bit. The problem is it sort of moves up quite high. So let me try and sort of sketch it out for you.
While we start making our way up, Rowan's going to hold up his hand and turn to the party and go, before we go any further, we just need to say how cool that bridge jump was.
I say thank you, Rowan. Maybe
It's
I'll
like
teach you
that.
one day.
Oh joy!
Ooh, fun.
Acrobatics.
It's maybe not exactly
Oh.
like that high, but that's kind of what the side profile of it is going to be like, if that helps you at all.
So we have to
Okay.
climb up it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Great.
Maybe if someone were to go up with the rope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have an explorer's
My-
kit. What's in the explorer's kit?
Oh, it's like compass and shit.
Okay.
My athletics are quite good, so I can go up and then kind of like try and hoist up people that aren't as good at climbing.
Yeah, my athletics is pretty good.
Okay, so who would like to try and go first?
Can I try? I've got 5 athletics, acrobatics even. 5 acrobatics. Definitely not 5 athletics. No athletics. None
You
at all.
really don't want to do. It's not acrobatics. It's
Yes.
it's athletics. So
I have 5 athletics.
Okay.
so somebody. So would you like
I'll
to?
pass this time.
Pardon, you're going to pass. Good. So
Yeah,
Aramil's
I think-
Aramil's just sort of stood, sort of watching and waiting to see what happens before he kind of gets involved in this. So Rowan is going to try and go first, and is going to try and climb up the first escarpment. If you would like to, please do an athletics check for me.
Third natural one of the night.
Oh my god.
Fantastic! As Rowan is trying to climb up this sort of shaly, rubbly, sort of escarpmenty cliff edge, he manages to set the entire thing loose, and almost sort of avalanche style of rubble comes tumbling down, including Rowan. So I would like you to do a dexterity saving throw first, please, Rowan.
4.
Okay, you fail. As you fall down, you do not manage to kind of get your footing at all, and you take.
It's my bridge jump moment. Oh,
You
shit!
you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Holy shit.
What does that put you at?
Oh.
I'm down to 5.
Okay, you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. I need who's at the front? I need Aramil and Iona to also make a dexterity saving throw, please, because you're at the front where all of this rubble is also sort of sliding down. So I would need to make sure.
14.
Okay.
15.
I'm adding my dexterity.
Yeah.
Modifier to it. Yeah, 14.
Yeah, absolutely. Both of you managed to jump back from this. It's high enough. He got high enough that you've seen what's happened. The entire basically there has just been a massive cave in that passage. That passage is now utterly impassable, and Rowan is looking very battered and very bruised, lying on the floor.
Ash,
But everyone else is okay.
you know you're a badass
I
druid.
tried to.
Can you heal me? Oh, I'm seeing goblins and stars. Oh god.
I say, you're not feeling a little stoned, are you, Rowan?
Oh my god.
Don't give me disadvantage,
And I was
please.
going to
I'm
say,
sorry.
I'm very, very tempted to give you disadvantage after that.
I decide that was my healing word.
Right, so hold on.
Healing word.
Who's casting?
Sure.
Okay, so you now have one spell slot left,
Yes.
and you are going to cast Healing Word. You're trying to make him laugh. I think it's probably just hurting. So it's 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
I don't think I have a spellcasting ability modifier, so he heals for 2 damage with that pun.
Well, no, hold on. No, you
What's my
don't,
mod-
because it's wisdom. Sorry,
I've no wisdom.
you've got no wisdom. Oh, I think it's wisdom anyway. I'm just
He laughs, but also cries a little bit and
Just-
heals 2 HP.
double checking. Hold on. No, it's not. Yours is charisma.
And an extra 3!
So that is how much?
5.
5!
That takes
Hey.
me up to 10. Okay.
Hey.
Okay. So
That helps.
I
Helps a lot.
Stalig might make it through this.
Oh my god. They say laughter is the best medicine, but I'm starting to think otherwise. So
Oh,
this
no.
passage is now completely caved in. It has taken the escarpment and everything. There is just no way you're going to be able to get up this loose rubble
Don't
now.
worry, guys. I disarmed the trap.
So what would you like to do?
There's no way we can get up it.
No way. It's basically you've just caved in the well, Rowan has.
There might be
If we
another
head
way
east,
to it.
then, yeah,
I
we
agree
head
with Ash. Let's go east.
east. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want
Yeah,
to,
well-
do you guys want to start moving past the goblin corpse and moving to the east then?
Yep.
Okay. Ash has got her and Rowan. I no Rowan has no longer got the
It's wrecked.
he's no longer got it's gone, the flamey thing. Good grief. So Ash has got first. So as you move forward, you see that you have come to an area with you can see water, and you can see another passage.
Can I roll perception?
You can indeed.
Oh no.
I would also like to roll it, but I want to see what's over, like, in this area, in the water
23.
area, if I can.
Oh,
If there's any, like, across the water.
right. So first up is the perception check from Calla. Calla it just kind of puts a hand out and sort of just makes sure that you're all just being quiet, and has a really good listen. And again, just like outside, can hear muttering, can hear the sound of like little muttering voices.
From which direction?
From the east, so further into the back of the cavern. Ash, what are you wanting to do?
I was wanting to see what's, like, over in, like, this area over here.
Okay, so as you move to the edge of the pool, and you hold your light out, and you can just sort of see that it is a pool of water. It looks like it has got. It looks very much like it has been dammed. So it looks like there are sort of rocks blocking this pool of water from running into the river. You can do an investigation check for me if you would like.
Oh boy, I'm not good at this. I got a 9.
Okay. You think that you think it's probably got something to do with the river, but your engineering skills are not very good, and you can't quite work out what this sort of pool of water's for. But it looks like a nice clear pool of water.
Probably for drinking.
So what would you like to do?
Can we... Now there's like a path across the bridge where I was previously. That's still heading west, right?
It is. Can you all please do a stealth check for me?
I'd like to roll above 15 at some point tonight.
Natural 20, natural 20.
The rope's
My 4th natural 1 of the evening.
Oh my god. Okay.
That my stealth is 5. So
Aramil, what did you get?
20.
20.
19.
19. Ash. Not Ash. Rowan. 2. Oh my god. Right.
Y'all are gonna be the death of us, you know that, right?
Okay.
Right.
As
yeah, you're very trying.
Calla has sort of almost sort of shuffles almost picks Iona up slightly, so as she's kind of like tries to sort of move her along, and so Iona isn't actually making any noise because Calla's totally like.
I put my hand over her mouth.
Yeah, sort of like basically moving her along. Aramil is beautifully stealthy as ever. Ash is as well. However, Rowan, our Rowan, is clanking and clanging, and suddenly a crossbow bolt flies out of the darkness. What's your armor class?
17.
It just misses you. So a crossbow bolt has come from the darkness, and I don't know what you want to do.
Should probably throw a torch again for the humies.
Which direction does it come from?
Well,
East.
Yeah,
Further into the cavern in the darkness.
can I do a perception check to see if I can see?
Yeah, of course you can, because you've got dark vision. So,
Okay.
but we'll have to obviously remember that if he does see something, the humans won't be able to. It's only going to be the people
Yeah.
with dark vision that can see. So go on.
Perception is 3. 16.
16. As you put your hand out and sort of peer into the darkness, you notice that hiding in the back of the cavern are 3 goblins with crossbows.
Okay.
Obviously guarding the pool. So you are in a cavern. There is what looks like one exit west, and you've got three goblins. They do not look like they're about to rush you. They look like they're sort of holding their positions.
So defending as opposed to.
It looks very much like they're holding. Yeah, it looks very much like they're holding a defensive position. Not sure what or why, but it's up to you what you want to do.
Well,
I mean-
I can't see. I don't know
Well,
what's
they
going
have
on.
seen us, then even though they aren't all rushing us.
Do you want to try and
mean-
say hello? I mean,
Yeah,
I guess
so
they are not
You'll
too
have to
friendly.
you'll have to explain to Ash and Rowan what you see.
So I try to draw their attention and like tell them there are three, like
There's a
making
four.
not
At least Rowan can
Three
count
goblins.
that
three
right?
goblins. There are three goblins there.
There's
Okay.
3.
There were 3.
Three.
You can count 3.
Three.
So, what would you like to do?
I see three goblins.
Because at the moment,
Okay.
it looks like it just looks like a bit of a standoff. They're sort of, they're snarling and they're looking like they would fire at you, but at this moment, they seem to be holding their sort of positions.
maybe they're waiting from the order from Clark.
Clark.
Unless someone stopped him, I think Rowan
Well-
would run up towards one of them. But feel free for someone to stop him if they want.
Even though I'm
I'd
like
probably hide behind a rock for like.
Well,
a
these things, by the way, that you can see
Yeah.
are stalagmites. So you can hide behind this.
Okay.
You can hide behind a stalagmite.
That's what I'm gonna do.
hide behind a wizard.
So what are you going?
Hide behind the squishy wizard.
What would you
That's
like?
10
Yeah. Oh,
out of 10.
absolutely. Use the wizard as a human shield. Great.
Best thing for
Okay.
them.
I'd like to know like how wide would be the burning hands cone.
Hold on.
Because,
Aramil.
yeah,
Because you have to go. Because burning hands obviously means that you have to
Yeah,
go.
it's 15-foot cone. It's 15 foot.
Yep.
So I should move.
So
to
if
them,
you move to them, you will catch all 3 of them in your in.
Okay.
But bear in mind that if you look like you're about to attack, we will then roll initiative because the goblins will retaliate. So you
No.
decide what you're gonna do, and then we will go for it.
Say communication is key. I'd say we try to stay back and try to stay out of the range of the crossbows.
Well, they have. We know we are in the range of the crossbows because they
Yeah,
have this
you are, but
zone
they're far
narrow
they're far
to
enough away that
So
they're sort of firing. They're firing at almost at the end of their dark vision. Oh, apart from there's a torch lighting you up like a beacon though. So
If Iona wants to talk to them, then she can. But
I can't speak Goblin. Aramil can speak Goblin.
But they can speak common though, can't they?
Can they?
no,
There's only
have
one
been,
way to
haven't they?
find out.
I
my charisma is -1, so I'm just not going to do any talking.
Yeah.
I ain't talking to
I mean,
them.
I
my
call
charisma
out-
minus 1 also.
I call out
So-
saying, Goblin says what? And I listen for a what?
The art of diplomacy, everyone.
Never said I was a diplomat. Definitely
I
not a
can't
diplomat.
comment. I've rolled like below 10 on every important roll today.
okay.
Does the Goblin say what?
Roll a performance check.
Rolled 15 plus 5, so 20.
You just hear this like little voice go, "What?" Like really kind of slightly puzzled about like normally you would think that people would run you if you've gotten it, but no, somebody just said something really weird, and the goblin has responded.
That's good.
But you still,
okay,
it's still
so they
don't.
speak common.
You don't know how much common they speak.
Okay.
They understand the setup, which is what's important.
Yeah.
So
Should I say, hi, we're looking for a friend of ours, tall, not green. Have you seen him any? And another friend of ours who's also not green, but not tall. Why is everyone face palming?
Because we've killed 4 of them already!
Well, not these guys. These guys don't know that.
They're not going to be nice to us.
There is
Well,
there is no sound at all apart from one of them. Hold on. This one moves a little bit so that it's got line of sight on you, past the stalactite, and notches its crossbow.
We're never gonna make level 2.
We're all gonna
Well, I didn't know if they were friendly goblins or not.
Yes,
I mean,
because goblins are known for their buddiness.
I grew up in a tavern. I don't know these things.
Oh god.
Friendly goblins with crossbows.
I guess I
Usually.
say I will take that as a no then, and then I guess we move. Should we move to attack?
Okay.
I'll throw my torch out there and we'll
Yeah.
Okay.
We...
Oh, brilliant! Roll it.
Let's-
Everyone roll
let's
it.
roll.
Everyone roll initiative then.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on.
Woo! Yay!
No. Okay. Over 20.
21.
Woo! Calla, 21.
Speed.
That's
Oh, sorry, Ash. Sorry.
I'm 13. No.
Oh, sorry.
No, I rolled 21.
Calla was 21. I thought because I can't see you, so I'm just having to go off the voice.
Yeah.
15 to 20.
18. Push to talk is hard.
10 to 15.
14.
13.
Rowan is 14. Ash is 13. Aramil.
As usually 6.
Oh my!
Like, well,
Wow.
It's because
Let's
he's
see
a
what happens
strategist.
here.
He takes his time.
God damn it.
You're basically just stood at the back, just looking like utterly. You don't talk very much, and you're just absolutely. You've just seen you've seen them all just
I'm
you've seen them all just rushing in.
Wait, and then gets her and kills everyone.
Basically you're going to wait for that lot to do
I do the finisher.
do the hard work, and then you just do the finishing moves. It's fine. Yeah, just come on in and give them a good stabbing. Yeah, but hopefully better than my killing of turtles in the forest. So first up is Calla.
Reference.
Okay, so I am hiding behind this stalactite.
Yep.
Right?
Stalac for ground, Stalac for ceiling. G's and C's. That's the only words I can remember.
Stalag. So I'm gonna like pop out with my bow, and I'm gonna shoot this one that's nearest to me.
Okay.
14.
Yeah, that misses, I'm afraid. So the crossbow, but it just goes just trying to like move and do this all quite fast. You haven't quite kind of got your head around what's happening because it's all just kicked off really quickly.
Can I go back behind then?
Yeah, you can. Yep, you can.
Okay, cool.
Yep, you can move. You can sort of duck back. So it's Iona next. Remember, Iona, you've got.
Sorry, one of our mics is picking the other one up, and we can't work out who it is.
Don't forget, you've got vicious mockery and all of these things to hand as well.
Ooh.
I don't know what vicious mockery does, but I just saw that you have it. Yeah, I've got. Yeah, cool. You unleash a string of insults laced with subtle enchantments.
In that case, I think I'll try vicious. Actually, no, that'd be my last spell,
No,
wouldn't it?
it's a cantrip. You at will. You can do minor illusion or vicious mockery.
I'm sure
Excellent.
that would come in very handy at a tavern.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I will viciously mock the frontmost goblin by telling it, "You need to work on your human speaking skills."
Snap.
you that person that goes to Spain and says, "Why does no one speak English?" Because that sounds like you're that kind of person.
Actually, no. Actually, they've been kind of nice. They took my joke. What? How can I even insult them? I feel mean.
You could. I was to say you could always tell them that I don't know, that their
Your
mother
mother's
is
a
that your mother
woman.
is a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries. I know. It doesn't really matter.
Okay. I say. Okay. That top with those trousers, girl. You don't want to be wearing that with your green skin.
Oh my god. Yeah, that hits.
So
you...
bitchy and racist, apparently.
Yeah.
This is fine.
1d4 of psychic damage.
4.
So it takes.
Do I add anything to it?
Nope. It takes 4 points of this one at the front
Of
takes
hurt feelings.
4 points of hurt feelings as it sort of sobs. It also means
I thought these trousers looked great.
it also means it's got
My
disadvantage.
mum likes them.
It's got disadvantage on its next attack.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
So when it
Nice.
attacks, it now has disadvantage because it's like too busy like nursing its feelings. Rowan, what are you gonna
He
do?
needs to go have a drink.
I am going to try and do something right this game.
Yeah, come
I'm
on.
going to run right there because I'm.
Oh, you're going to the one at the back. Yeah.
But I'm going to hit the one here, the one in front of me.
Okay. Go for it.
Oh boy! 22 to hit.
Was that a natural 20?
No.
Oh.
It was 17.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's a real shame because I was going to be I was going to be
was
like that
super
could be so
I was
cool.
super excited though because it's my first roll above 15 today.
Yay! Excellent. Well, to celebrate that, would you like to roll some slashing damage?
That is 12 slashing damage.
Yeah. How do you want to do it? Because that is
I
some
want to
serious.
One goblin with 2 legs and make it 2 goblins, one with 2 legs and one with no legs. Right across the middle.
Brilliant. With his great axe, which he has probably named and probably sleeps with because they seem to be very, very well attached to each other. Rowan cleaves down the goblin, making like so in a sort of sideways action. So it basically is just like top half slides off, bottom half 2 legs, but it's just absolutely just cut in half. It is now 2 goblins, one with 2 legs, one with no legs. And it is
These are
gone.
the worst puns I am hearing.
I love the puns. I'm happy about them.
I'm so sorry if I kill our entire party, by the way. My rolls are atrocious.
It's now Ash's turn. So what would you like to do?
I'm going to go for the one that's all the way over here. I'm gonna throw my dagger at it.
Go for it.
Because I have disadvantage.
I'm going. You can move. You could move slightly so until you're in. Because hold on, your dagger.
It's 2060 range.
So your dagger is. You have to if you're within 20 feet. You it's just a normal roll. If you're further, you have to roll with disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
So you can move up until you're sort of within range.
So like, I don't know if that's close enough. No, you said so it'd be.
Yeah, that's kind of close. It's kind of close. I'll just yeah. There we go. It's kind of close
Okay.
enough.
Good enough.
Which one are you attacking? Are you attacking
The one on
this one?
That one.
Yeah, fine. So go for it. So you're going to. She takes the dagger, which is still dripping with the blood of the goblin that she killed before, and
I can't see what it was.
What?
Roll it
I
again.
couldn't see what it was because it went
Roll
over.
yeah, roll it again. Always, if it doesn't roll in your like area, or if it's cocked or whatever, always roll again.
18.
Yep, that hits. What would you like? How much? Like roll for the damage. Aramil is still Aramil. Whilst this is all going on, you haven't got very much time. But would you like to do anything? Say anything? Roll any anything at all? You're fine, just watching.
7.
Magic missile
damage.
to them.
Well, you can hold. If you hold, you can prep magic. You can prep your magic missile to let them off in a moment. That's fine.
Okay.
And what did you just say? 7.
7 damage.
How would you like to kill that one?
It sinks directly into its throat.
Oh,
Through its windpipe.
brilliant. So as it hits the throat, you just hear the goblin just desperately it wants to say something, but all you can hear is like the gurgling as the blood starts to fill up and like go down into the goblin's lungs, and the goblin is basically like choking on its own blood and then drops to the ground dead. It is now the goblin's turn. There is only one left, and unfortunately it's not the one that has disadvantage because that one got killed. So it's going to attack Rowan because Rowan's right there, but having seen the untimely demise of its 2 colleagues, it is actually sort of it's kind of pulling, like it's quite shaky, and it's moved back a little bit. It's moved sort of over here, and it's sort of shakily kind of loading the crossbow, and it just pings off the shield.
The least, do I get an attack of opportunity?
You do get an attack of opportunity because it's just moved out the way. So if
Campaign first.
Hey! So, for anyone who doesn't understand that, if you ever move out of an attack, sort of the attack 5-foot sphere, or if your enemy ever moves away from your sphere, you basically get an attack of opportunity. So, like stabbing them in the back, basically. So that's what Rowan's about to do, because the goblin has moved away because he's a little bit scared, but it means that Rowan now has an attack of opportunity. So go for it.
19 to hit.
Yep, that will do it.
Come on.
4 damage.
That's something.
It was a 1 again.
It's something.
Okay. Right. It's looking it's not looking very well, but it is still alive, which means that Aramil is up next. What are you going to do?
Okay. Well, seeing that there's only one left,
Yep.
I'm gonna cast a Ray of Frost instead of
Yeah, instead of a spell that can do
of
more
the
damage.
magic missiles.
Yep, that sounds good. Ray of Frost it.
So it's 16.
16,
Yeah,
yep,
16.
16 hits.
Okay. And
If you
now
roll
it's
and then roll the damage.
8.
Yeah, that absolutely takes it out. How does it look?
Okay, then.
He's just basically stood. He's basically.
3 goblins in 1 round.
I love that. He's just. You guys are getting good at this now. But he's just stood at the back, just watching, and suddenly, just what happens?
Yeah, it's. I cast on it. He starts freezing like his with the crossbow.
Yeah.
The crossbow starts freezing.
Oh.
Then his arms.
Yes.
All his chest, all his body, he starts like struggling to live.
Yeah.
And he just dies in a weird, like.
Oh, okay.
Probably Rowan
I
goes
just-
there and bumps it in the nose, and
Yeah.
Make
That's brilliant. I was just
Yeah.
going to say that's kind of what was I just rolled. That's kind of what was going to happen. The goblin has frozen and has shattered into lots of itty bitty goblin pieces. You have, without taking any damage, completely taken those goblins out. Congratulations.
Well done, guys.
Okay.
So
That seems like a good place to end.
it's not going to. I was going to say. That's probably where we're going to wrap up. But what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to just decide what you're going to do next, and that's where we will start the session next time. So
I think we should explore the rest of this little cavern that
See what
we're
they were
in.
defending.
Yeah, see why these little ponds are here, and then go over the bridge and explore the rest, unless there's more to be explored at the end of this long room.
Is it a room or is it like a corridor?
it looks
Or
like it looks like a room.
Okay. Yeah, well then we'll explore this room and then go over the bridge because I think we can probably make our way west again if we go over.
Okay.
Okay.
So, as you explore the room, and this is what you can see. Oops, just reveal all those areas. So you've kind of wandered down. This is what you can all see. So you can see down at the sort of south side of the south point of the room. You can see again some sort of like a natural staircase, kind of moving to the south. If somebody would like to do an investigation check to try and work out what the pools are for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got no investigation.
17 plus 5, 22.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. You know you pretty much know stuff. The Aramil is just sort of after him just taking the guy out with the sort of the ray of frost, sort of kicks the bits away as he's walking through. Aramil has done an awful lot of reading, obviously, and studying in his time as a wizard, and has read about sort of almost like engineering type projects. He's decided this room, there are 2 pools in it, and this is damned. And what it looks like is that if you hadn't have killed the goblin on the bridge, he probably would have warned the goblins in that room, and they would have unleashed all a torrent of water down into the river passage by
That's clever.
by removing some of the stones. But because you managed to dispatch the goblin in short work, he didn't get a chance to go and warn the goblins that you just killed, and so
Didn't we kill that one in one round as well?
Yeah, it was just me and Ash just shot it in the head.
shot it in
Oh,
the head
yeah.
twice. So yeah, so what would it, so that's what this room is basically for. So you need to decide, I guess, whether you are going to go west or whether you're going to go south.
I vote west.
I vote south first and then west.
I vote.
But west was the original way that the goblin had said that our friend was, and if we get backup from him,
If there's anyone else here, they might come around and plus if they kind of see the bodies of their fallen comrades, they'll go, oh gosh. And then if we get caught in that river and they undam it, we should probably
can
wipe
just-
everyone out from here, this side first.
Right.
but we'll be on the bridge from that point.
Yeah, you'll be on the it's going in over to the bridge, which is 20 feet above the river.
But how do we exit though?
It was implied that we would go to the west, find Silda,
Yeah.
and then continue on and find Gundren. And then we could all leave.
Out of player, because Rowan obviously wouldn't know this. We were told there was about 8 goblins in there. We've killed 4.
Hmm.
You guys know that. Rowan don't know. Jackanory.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've killed 4.
8 to 10.
8 to 10.
Yeah, more.
And
more.
there
So
are going to
we're
be
not
some
gonna get
guarding.
surprised by
and
that
there are
many.
gonna
There's got to be at least
Guarding
1 to 2
Guns-
people there.
So,
Maybe vote for
But
South.
that
now
means that they're
near
probably
here.
not going to move from their post
Yeah,
because they're guarding.
Unless they
people.
think there's something wrong.
right.
So, which is why we should hide these bodies by shoving
Yeah.
them in these pools.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's hide the bodies, put them in the
Okay, cool.
pools, and then go west.
Okay.
is that a plan? Is that what you want to do? Are you going to want to do then?
I think so.
Sure.
Does anyone have a dustpan and a brush for all the goblin cubes that our mage created? Bad enough that mine's in 2
Just
pieces.
like,
Aramil's is in
yeah.
40.
Aramil is just like sort of kicking them.
Well,
like,
they're just tiny bits, so
Yeah.
they want.
Pieces
They-
of goblin.
he's
Yeah.
just
Really like
just
dust.
moving everything out of the way
A
slightly.
goblin slush puppy, if you will.
Does
So
someone has a broom to just?
yeah, we'll just whip the broom out.
I
and-
do not.
She's very prepared, but she doesn't have a broom.
Not quite that prepared.
So, I think that's the end of. I think that's a good place to stop there. You have done some serious damage. I don't know whether you want to rest up here, whether you feel safe enough to rest up here, whether you maybe want
Maybe
to,
a
or
short
whether what
rest?
you,
Yeah, I was going to say, can we take a short rest?
Shove ourselves in this corner so we can defend ourselves and have a short rest.
Yeah.
Yep. So you can have a short rest. So if ever anybody who would like to can roll their one. Generally speaking, it's 1d6 hit dice. So if you want to try and get, or for Rowan, it's 1d10. Ash, it'll be 1d6 as well. If you would all like to, whoever's got some healing that they want to do, roll what your hit dice are and add those points on. So
I'm
Ash,
full health.
Yeah, back to full.
I will
Sounds
study
good.
my spell book.
are you going to study your spell book? Excellent.
Yeah, I will.
Yep.
So
So you'll
I guess-
yep, so because you've got because of your sort of arcane recovery. So how many spell slots had you used?
1.
One.
Just
So
one.
you get so you get one back. So
Okay.
you're going
Do
to
I
have-
get one back as
No,
well?
that's
'Cause I
just
used-
that's just the wizard. It's you for you. It'll only be the long rest that'll do that. The
Right.
wizard's
What about my
actually-
bonus actions?
Inspirations.
Your
Yeah.
you'll have your inspiration back. That's fine.
Okay.
You just won't have like your spells because that's a very wizard specific thing. He's studying his spell book to get them back.
I am
but-
nodding. My face isn't elongating and shortening. Just
That's fine. So are you mostly all back to full health?
I have 15.
Excellent. So you now don't have that hit die to recover anything until you take a long rest because you've used it. But next time if you take a long rest, that'll come back. But at least it's kind of topped you back up before the next session.
I imagine, Ash, if you wanted to try and get to full, you could use your med kit as well.
I already used it.
Oh,
Yeah,
have you?
it's a one shot.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's kind of because it's like I said, it's like bandages and stuff. So it's kind of she's already used it to like bind up the wolf bite into her leg, I think. So
Killing 5 wolves was so much worse than killing like 100 goblins.
well,
I
good
was gonna
thing we only killed 4 wolves.
yeah,
Yeah,
wolves
I'm
are
role playing.
for
Ah.
the AC of goblins is 15, by the way. The attack of wolves is 13. However, there's you just ended up rolling quite badly during that attack. It's the way it works, and you just
None
work.
of us
And
wanted to fight the pups.
no, everyone was like, "Oh, I don't want to kill the wolves," but you have got there is plenty left, so that's worked out quite nicely. So yeah, I'm finished there. Thank you so much, guys. I know it's been a bit
Thank
of a rough
Thank
day,
you.
and you coming
No,
straight,
thank
coming
you.
straight from work. Both two of you coming straight from work, and like trying to make it all work. But we did. We got there.
Thank you, Lise. You've been a trooper.
Yeah, thank
It
you.
has been a pleasure as always. So yes, rest, sleep, and then we'll message about when we're going to do our next session.
Brilliant.
Cool. See you guys
Okay.
later.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Thank you
Bye.
very much.
See you.